He made some grass soup, but that's for later. First I'll tell you about how he worked in a care home and held a girl down on the floor all night while she screamed blue murder. He worked in a halfway house for nonsense. He doesn't like cooking so much anymore. He wants to be a media mogul. He met Jim from Coronation Street and got well in with him. Well, high up, they became big friends. I think Emmon Holmes is inducting him into the Masons. It's so creepy. Peter Falding really took a shine to Luke. They are also big friends.
Big up, Shu. Can you hear me and everything going all right, yeah?
So
I wanted to post about, I haven't posted that I'm doing this. I want to post that I'm doing this, and I wanted to ask, I really should have called the stream. Obviously, we're going to talk Paul Arnott tonight. We're going to look into Paul Arnott. Shouts out Blank Faces doing a live. Shouts out That Being Said are on. I want to watch my friends on the internet, but I've got to do this as well. Going to talk Paul Arnott a bit tonight. I just want to keep on it and just do it. I just finished a Super Chuffer stream. Just want to jump straight on this and just do this, so shut up. Some people might still be watching the Super Chuffer stream that arrived late there, and I need to post up that I'm doing it, view my channel. I'm feeling a bit like I'm on, I'm feeling like I'm a bit on Twitch, but I'm not. I'm on battery exhausted, so I need to pull my shit together and make it a proper show. But like, chill. We're going to watch some Paul Arnott. We're going to watch his latest updates. Apparently he's done a live, so we're going to see about looking at that, and we're going to watch some of his YouTube videos. I just introduced us with the Luke song because I just need to start with the song really. So I start with the Luke song, and I just want to post up that I'm doing this, and the post is going to go a little something like this. There's that, the link. I'm going to have the picture of Paul Arnott. Nightmare, guys. Hey, I should have started with this. Hey, guys, it's been an absolute nightmare, guys. Today's been a nightmare, guys, right? Okay, guys. Hey, guys, it's been a nightmare, guys. Yeah, I was quick. I was just having a chit-chat to my family. But I thought if I stay and chit-chat and just, leave it hours, then I might as well just jump on and do this for 2 hours and then just be done with it. But I won't be done with it. Then I want to play on Twitch and actually do my computer games. But, hey, guys, nightmare, guys. Hey, guys, I just think... Like, if I get settled in, I won't come back on. So instead of that, let's jump back on. Battery exhausted, guys. And I wanted to write, don't you ever shut up. Like that. Because I also mean me. And you, don't I ever shut up? Don't you ever shut up? Between us, we've just done a stream. Don't you ever shut up? Between us, crying out loud, don't you ever shut up? Don't you ever shut up? Oh, I've posted it up now. Carry on with the song.
Luke made some grass. Soon he went to Chicago. The fun never ends. He went to Chicago, go, the fun never ends.
I was supposed to edit Grass Soup today and I didn't do that. I've still got time before tomorrow. I'm on Detractor Beam tomorrow, so shouts out to me, shouts out to them. Shouts out to everyone, I suppose. Should we get on with this then? I'm looking for Red Fan to... Why didn't they come up on top of my messages list? I'm looking for Red Fan to... Are you there, are you? Yeah, hello. You said that you did a live, so, like, do I have to find... Is it on his Facebook? Am I looking for his Facebook now? Is that what I'm doing? You'll switch tab back there, won't it? He's got, like, a link tree, hasn't he? There's his Facebook. And what? I'm not familiar with this. Like, is it? What's this airport? What's he doing about airports? 29th of June. This has changed, hasn't it? Since I last looked at it. That's his old reels about the airport. Oh, you can send it to me. Okay, good. Because like, I'm just like, what? Like, it's too many social media platforms at this point. I'll watch his update and then we'll get onto his live. Yeah. What the fuck is this? Oh my god. Thanks for your concern, guys. I'm alive and well, guys. I took a day off to rest. I told you he was off. I knew he'd take, like, he just didn't post anything. I thought he's fucking having a break from this, isn't he? Took a day off to get rest and get supplies. Heading back up the mountain, guys. It's been mad. It's been madness, guys. It's total madness. It's been crazy. My content will be less going forward, meaning I'm going to produce less content as I want to focus on the mountain and not the massive amount of online noise. Well, again, like, this is what we've all, like, his content is going to, there's going to be less of it because we've critiqued it and said, like, I mean, he's had a lot of critique from lots of different people at this point, hasn't he? And the general critique, Dover and Dolly's mum is sending it to me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'll try and be careful about how I show it. I can just be as careful as possible, but I mean, like, what will you see if I put that? Yeah, you'll be able to be all right. So we've got a bit of a copy of the live, which is great, actually, which is fucking brilliant. So thank you. Let me just do this. Doody-doo, like this, like that. That's me. Let's put it here. There you go. Okay, just pause it. I don't know which part of the screen I would want to cut off. If you want me to cut off any part of this screen, maybe the top. Do you want me to just lop off the top? Dover and Dolly's mum can tell me. And you can see the whole screen there, and I can try and lop off the top if I need to, or something like that. We'll come to that in a minute. I'll read out his thing. He's obviously had massive criticism. Like, hang on, am I playing music in the background or what? He's obviously had massive criticism, not just from me. Not just from me. And so he's decided to not do fucking loads and loads of grifting TikToks because it makes him look awful, yeah? And a load of his content was just nothing. The negative for us is that we want to see what he's doing. If you're a social media vlogger, then vlogging is your thing. But now he's not a social media vlogger anymore. I bet he's had media advice. I bet he's had someone give him advice. And the media advice is, stop posting all this shit. Think more carefully about what you post. You're supposed to be an expert mountaineer. Like, you know, I want to focus on the mountain and not the massive amount of online noise. Is this...
of continued fountain.
Can I turn the sound off? Yeah, I don't need to listen to the sound, do I? Thanks. Is this a video? Is that just all it says? Is that it? Like, I'm a bit confused about how this works. Like, is something going to happen, or is that it? Alright. Then next. Chaos in Massacre, lost phone and police confrontations. Which it won't load for me, so I'm going to have to get that up on a different browser. See if I can make it work on a different browser, because sometimes TikTok doesn't load on the Firefox for some reason.
So I've...
Yeah. Is that what I've got? Yeah, okay. Let me show you that then with Bing. Bing! Do. Chaos in Masker, guys. It's been crazy, guys. Chaos in Masker, guys. Here he is.
Arrived back in Masker, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest.
Nightmare, isn't it? It is a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Always.
Police have been called on me.
Police have been called on him? Hang on. Wait. What does he mean police have been called on him? Like, obviously the police are well aware of who he is, yeah? So if any old idiot on the internet... we haven't even got into who's called them, right? But if any old idiot on the internet calls them, yeah, and says, hey, anything to do with this guy, the police know who he is. They've got him on their books. Like, they've looked at him, they've had him in the back of the car, like, they've had his name, he's been up on the mountain. Like, hoax calls don't matter, do they? Like, the police aren't going to... They have to respond to serious things, but the police aren't going to, like, care about hoax calls and nonsense, are they? Like, they would even expect it. You'd say to them, hey, I've arrived on the island, I'm here to... You know, he said he called them before he even left. I'm coming to the island. Obviously, one of the things you might expect as a social media person is that it might come with some nonsense. So just be aware that I'm on the island, and, you know, if anyone says any weird shit, you know, you get social media nonsense. So check that out before you come to me. Please don't come around my house with your SWAT team. You know, do you remember there used to be that swatting they used to do on the internet? It's a criminal offence now. But yeah, like, let's find out.
By many people, including Pedro. Now...
What? Oh my fucking days! I'm wearing my fucking pyjamas for this one, look. I'm wearing my pyjamas for this one. I love it. I should have had some ice cream. Get me the popcorn. This is fucking weird. But brilliant. Pedro has called the police on him. Pedro. This is insane. Why would Pedro be cross? You just did a video with Pedro saying that he was your best friend and he'd saved your life and he'd rented you the property, and you were sad that you'd lost the keys, but, you know, Pedro didn't care, and he got you another property just down the road, and that Pedro was your big friend. Pedro? Not Pedro. Wait, not Pedro. Wait. Not Pedro. Not Pedro. Not Pedro. That's you and you. That's you with your head on, Pedro. Not you, Luke. What's his name? I don't even talk to him. He's alarm and distress. He's not supposed to be watching. Not that guy. That guy. Pedro and Pedro. Son of Pedro. Pedro and son of Pedro. Pedro. Vote Pedro. Nice one. Nunchuck skills. What skills do you have? Like, nunchuck skills. Pedro, though. Pedro's called the police on you. This is insane. And also, if it had happened, right? If it had actually happened, because again, we don't know, we never really know, do we? If it actually happened though, right? If it was me and I was out there and I was trying to maintain this like public image, I probably wouldn't go on the internet and say Pedro's called the police on me, because it like kind of make him look bad. Not Pedro, you make you look bad. I want to be careful about just like blabbing that one on the internet. What have you done?
It's been a bit complicated when losing my phone.
It's been complicated when losing your phone. We all questioned whether the police had taken the phone off you.
And then trying to get a new SIM card. I
haven't
had access to any of my numbers, any of my...
You haven't had access to your numbers and your contacts. Well, that's not that complicated, is it? Because you know your like parents' phone numbers. Like the other people on the island, yeah, that's, I suppose you've got, you know, different contacts on the island now. Or maybe he means Isla. He hasn't got Isla's number anymore. Like, it does make you wonder, doesn't it, whether someone's half-inched his phone just to throw it in the bush so that he can't call Isla anymore. Isla's like, listen, he keeps calling me up. He will not stop calling me up. So can one of you get out there and chuff his phone out and just fucking get rid of it? Get rid of my number. If he can't get it out of his phone, get rid of the phone. Yeah, like, he can't call Isla. But, like, what... I want to know about Pedro calling the police on you.
Contacts.
I shouldn't have given him tips. Now he's not going to tell us. And also, bear in mind, this is another one of these videos, right? This is different. This is different now. He's indoors and he's pacing. I'm saying it's because he's anxious. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my nose, and I think it's a long nose hair, so I just pulled one and it's going to make me sneeze. I think this is his anxiety. But we did have a chat on our stream on Twitch yesterday about whether he may have might be on the spectrum, let's say that. And I'm going to say, no, I don't think so. And I don't think he, like, unless he's going to say that, I'm not going to treat him as such. And also, if he was, I could still critique him because disability doesn't, like, you know, you're still an equal person. And it's just neurodivergence. It's like you can still be a good person, a bad person, interesting person. I wouldn't go too heavy on critique of someone. Like, there are other lolcows who have got neurodivergence that I don't heavily critique, actually, to be fair, because I just think it's a bit, depending on what they're doing. But I don't think he is on the spectrum, really. I think he's just a bit of a strange one, and that you mistake some of his nervousness and behaviour for that. But this is another example of this, though. He's pacing around the room. Yeah, I'm saying it's anxiety. Like, why didn't you just sit there and just hold the phone so that we could watch you talk? Why are we wandering around like this?
Yeah, I've been reported as missing by many people, many people. And police have been here, police have been out looking for me, guys.
He's been reported as missing. Is that an internet hoax thing? Is that where people on the internet have reported him by many? When he says many people, what does he mean? Does he mean Pedro? Did Pedro report him missing? Pedro reported him to the police, but he didn't say, now it's missing. Missing's fine. Everyone's reporting him missing. Everyone reporting him for doing a crime is bad. And there's a whole range of crimes. There's a whole range of crimes. Like, when you get reported to the police, it's usually a crime. Like, and I don't know what he's been doing out there, yeah? But, like what if he's out there doing other... I don't want to be careful about what crimes I, potentially, throw his way, but...
So, just a quick update, I am absolutely fine. I'm okay, guys, it's all good. Obviously, I have been a little bit quiet on social media over the last couple of days.
And like, listen, that's not even a nightmare, because you don't receive any of those reports of you being missing. You know nothing about it until the police literally call you up because they've got your number and say, hi, we've received reports of you being missing. And you say, I'm not missing, I'm right in the flat. They go, oh, sorry. It's one of these social media things, isn't it? All right, adios. And then that's it. It doesn't make a big deal. But he's turning it into this massive weird thing. I think there's more to this that he's not telling us. What Pedro has got to do with it, I'm still left in the dark.
I am going to continue searching. I have said, that I've come out here to help find missing Jay.
The assertion that he will continue searching is either because he's taking a break now, but he wants to continue making people think that he's going to, continue. I'm not there doing it now, but obviously I will continue. There's that. But it could also be that he's saying, I was considering stopping altogether. They said not to do it. The police have said not to do it. They're concerned I'll end up dead and missing. People are reporting me missing. I've been told not to do it. I'm going to do it anyway. Like, maybe it's that.
And I will continue to do that, guys. For as long as I can. I'm definitely going to be out here for the next 2 weeks. However, I'm not going to be posting as much content. I'm still going to be posting content, of course, guys. But not as much as I have been. I will be keeping you guys updated, but please don't worry about me.
This is really weird. I'm not going to be posting content. I've had an interaction with the police, he's saying, and the video's titled Police Confrontations, plural, and that's not a police confrontation, being called up and asked if you're missing. So, police confrontations, Pedro's calling the police on him. I am going to keep doing what I'm doing, but you're not going to see it anymore. I'm not going to post as much of it. I do wonder.
I'm absolutely fine, guys. I've travelled all over the world to many dodgy, dangerous places.
You've not been to many dodgy, dangerous places. You've been to quite nice places.
And this is Masca. Masca's a lovely place.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It really is. So please don't worry about me. Just a quick update. Love you guys. You guys are awesome.
This looks more like a kidnapping video than anything else, doesn't it? It looks more like he's being forced to do this video because he's being kidnapped.
So much love.
But that's what all of his content looks like. So he didn't explain what was going on. He didn't explain what was going on, did he? He didn't explain it. All right, I can do this in this browser now, actually, since we're here. I don't... what are we doing quality-wise? I want to cut off whatever bit of the screen is important to cut off. I'm told, I think. So I'm just going to cut off a bit at the top and bottom. And then this is a live stream he did. Assuming today. And we get to watch it in all its glory. I mean, this is going to be insane. He loves those sweets though, doesn't he, in the crisps? Yeah. Why does he dress up like such a weirdo? Like, why does he dress up like such a fucking weirdo? Like, nobody wears their hood all... I mean, maybe the kids these days do. I don't think so, though. Wearing their hood all zipped up like that, and... wearing their hood all zipped up like that over their head and with the glasses. I think he thinks he looks cool, and he's like Batman cool. Like, I think he thinks he looks cool, and he's not in touch with, like, social... When I say, like, he's on social media, but he's not in touch with society to have this, like, response from his mates to say, oh, take that hat off, you look silly, or whatever. You know, it's a very... non-socialized way of, like, I mean, it's okay as well, like, you know, you think you look cool, you can wear what you want, but it's not a mountaineering expert at all, is it? He looks like he's a Burke, but it does remind me of all the accounts of the Men in Black from all these cases, and now he's wandering around on the phone on the mountain dressed as the Man in Black.
I'm absolutely shattered today.
I mean, look at him. Who does he think he is? And we know, you know, we know, you know, before we go on any further with this, you know, we know who he really is, yeah? And I'll just remind us all of that quickly. Where are we? Too many windows, mate. Too many windows. Where's my Down the Rapids? More windows than Buckingham Palace, mate. Let's have... I'll turn this one into Down the Rapids. Oh, switch to tab. I've already got it open. Oh, over here. Okay. You know, we know. And I've already done a react to this oldest one, and it's really fun, and we're going to upload it soon. It's uploaded, it's ready to go. It's just like, I want to do it Friday as like precursor to the stream. But this is who he really is.
So, complete change of plans. We're not walking around the lake. Can't get in the pub. And we can't get in the cathedral. Today has not gone as planned at all. We are so wet. There's like people like hiding under the trees and stuff. I don't think we're going to be able to gate crash the wedding either because we're not suited and booted. However, that sounds like a really good idea. I think this drowned little rat wants to get back to the car. So that's probably where we're going. Stay biased.
Let's go, guys. You know, he's not... Like, that whole image of him with the glasses and all that, it's like, even his most latest videos on this channel, he's not wearing those glasses. He does like to do his hood up. I'll agree with that. He does like to do his hood up. But this whole, like, you know, this image that he's created of this rugged mountain climber with the hat on backwards and the glasses, it's not who he really, really is. You know, it's not really who he really is.
So I'm guessing that it's coming from the seals, and there is quite a lot of them, but it's going to take me another 15-20 minutes to actually reach this spot because it's like all over the far end. And this is so awesome because it was almost a cancelled trip. I almost went back.
And we're going to be watching some of his, you know, videos. That's what we intend to do on this channel a bit more, because I really enjoy them. So, like, that's who he really is, though, yeah? He's not like the A-team, dressed up like one of the A-team, like, but... For our purposes now, you know, for his presentation on the internet, he is, isn't he? Essentially, he's like dressed up like I think he looks like a sort of pseudo Batman. It's kind of funny. Let me bring in, where is he? Come on, too many windows, too much stuff going on the computer for my brain now. Usually, I'm a bit more hype on a battery exhausted stream, aren't I? Brain's starting to slow down now. Oh, it's a Bing window, isn't it? That's why. Yeah, let's bring him in. Like, look at the difference though now. Like. He's matured very quickly, hasn't he, over like 2 weeks into this bad man, mountain bad man. Am I a mountain climber? Not a climber, no. Well, I've done climbing, you know, I've experienced it. So therefore I've got the same experience as him. I could call myself if he can call himself an expert, I can certainly call myself an expert because I've done abseiling and mountain climbing in my time, yes. But I'm not a consistent regular routine mountain climber, no, but he's not either. He goes on hiking trails up places. We can all do that. I could carry you up the trails that he's gone on, so don't worry about that. Yeah, but he looks like an idiot here in his costume, which is just dressed up now to look cool on the internet. Eating his pom bears. Are they actually pom bears? Oh my god, he's actually eating pom bears. He's actually eating pom bears. I'll show you that, look. He's actually eating pom bears. What a... Check our, you know, if you don't know enough about him yet, check our previous episodes on this channel. He likes his crisps and his sweets. In fact, he likes them so much he's prepared to walk to the petrol station instead of doing any bloody mountaineering or whatever. He's probably the guy that leaves the crisp bags on the bloody mountain in the first place. I mean, he did tidy one up, but like he takes bags and bags of crisps and sweets with him everywhere because he likes his sherbet lemons and his pom bears.
Hey, big love there, nice one. Oh my goodness. Jessica, wow, that's crazy.
They're giving him monies. That's happening at the top there, so maybe I should have a bit of that on the screen. Like, he's sitting there doing basically nothing and they're giving him monies because these people have been confused into thinking that he's like a good guy, he's got a great heart, he's doing this for Jay and all this. Like, the grift doesn't have to require him doing much at the moment. Like, he's already sort of done the advert for it. He's been on the news, well, not the news, the this morning. And it is a kind of disgrace that people are furnishing his pockets when he's not much good to anyone. Like, it is a bit disgraceful. But then this is the way of the world, you can't complain, you know, you want to get angry about more important things, really. But
crazy, thank you so much. That's crazy, big love, thank you. Sorry guys, I'm just eating my pom.
It is pom bears, he's going to show us, the idiot. Yeah, I am going to do a premiere for the St. Albans trip. I'll put it out on Friday before we do this stream, so that you can watch the premiere, then we'll run straight into the stream. I think we'll do that. Or we should do it the other way, maybe, run the stream and then drop the premiere for the Albans trip. No, I don't know.
Bears.
I'm eating my he thinks he's cool. I'm eating my pom bears.
See, big love, thank you. Sorry guys, I'm just eating my pom bears.
It's a bit of a weird one because I don't feel angry at people getting super chats, you know, and receiving money, yeah? But I do feel bad about people throwing him the money that they've been grifted. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he should be saying to them, don't send me this money. Like, but... And they know what they're doing. It's up to them, aren't they? They're supposedly adults. I don't know exactly how much the integers are for the things that go on. You know, probably 5p's, 10p's here and there. But it will add up, and it's just really undeserved.
Yes, Craig, what's happening?
Yes, man. Yes, Craig. Like, all this bad man speak now. And this is really, like, you know, I do sometimes eat on a stream because, of course, I'm on streams for hours and hours, so sometimes I'll eat on a stream. But this is kind of like, why didn't you eat your fucking pom bears before you turned on the stream? Like, he's such a terrible media producer. He thinks, because he's so narcissistic and, like, self-absorbed, he thinks, I'll look cool eating my cool pom bears and people will watch me and give me money, and they do. So.
Hey, big love there, guys.
Like, all this nonsense as well, like, oh, Scott's a critic and he's bad and negative and this guy's so positive. Just saying, big love guys, you know, guys, hey guys, love guys. Like, it's so facile, and like, do you think he really gives a fuck about you guys? Like, come on. It's bizarre. Is that the numbers at the top? 7.5 thousand. That's quite a big number actually, isn't it? For a live stream, even if it's TikTok, you know, that's still quite a big number. But then he's got this profile now, hasn't he? I mean, it's certainly a big number for this idiot because he's got nothing to offer. But it's gone to his head really quickly, hasn't it? Like, it's gone to his head incredibly quickly. Literally, you can see it going to his head at the moment. This is why he's ducked out the mountain now. I'm telling you, right? He doesn't think he needs to do any more searching. He's now going to do media stuff. He's made his profile. He's been on the mountain. Now it's time to reap the benefit from it. Any further searching is just risking his life for nothing. It's time to change tack and to move into media mode. If anyone looks at this and thinks we'll get him on our television program, they are an idiot.
Yeah, I'm on the pom bears, guys.
You're right in chat there. He's living a whale of the time, living out these little scenes. They're little dramas he's presenting to us, and he's the main character. I completely agree with that. And I hope he does more of that, to be honest, because that's lolcow behaviour. That's just like self-aggrandising lolcow behaviour. And after a while, people will stop giving him money for thinking he's great with the Jay Slater search. And the more and more he exposes his personality online, the more they will understand that he's an idiot. And when he starts to do it, like he's done the tantrum with the police already, and they seem to gloss over that, his supporters. But the tantrum behaviour will be more and more. Like the one thing you don't see, big ups DC Primetime, thank you for popping the member milestone chat, asking for the likes. Thank you. Big up Supreme Bed, shouts out Joe Boy. The thing that he's on the cusp. It's weird with him because he's going to try and get onto the mainstream telly as a mountaineering expert, and whether he does a bit of Nature Watch, a bit of Spring Watch, or even gets his own show walking the length and breadth of the country like that guy on the telly, whatever. I don't see there's much future in that, but I do predict that, presenters aren't necessarily the smartest people. All he has to do is read the auto cue and look nice, and people like him. And if he's raising his profile like this, he's getting the people like me bit in the, that's like bankable in terms of getting a job as a presenter. So I think that's the way he's trying to take this. That's the trajectory that he seems to be pushing towards, or at least maybe the people behind him are pushing him in that direction. I don't know if it'll be successful because people have to continue to like you, and you have to be at least capable of doing something. But I really think that he's going to see if I think what would probably be and I hope for, I suppose, is that he's really a bit of a vlogger, and he's always been trying to be on social media as like doing parkour, doing this, doing that, like trying to get on social media. Like now he's got this position, this status. I predict that he won't do a lot of he could go on adventures and stuff, but he hasn't really got skills. He'll have more money now, so maybe he can go on a bit of an adventure around the world again. But I predict that the more interactions he have on the vlog, what I'm asking for, and what he doesn't do enough of already, he's not videoing the interactions with the humans. And I think that's because he looks like a prick when he talks to people. But I predict, or I hope that if he continues to do more content, then you'll get to see more of who he is in the content, and then you'll be able to see who he is rather than this fake hey guys all the time. You don't think there's any way he's getting on TV? Yeah, but think about all the fucking idiots that you've seen on TV that are like Alan Partridge is the best example. We laugh at Alan Partridge because he's an idiot, but you also take it for granted that that character could have a job on TV. Like that was Alan Partridge's who he was. He's a TV guy. Like this is like a modern Partridge. Like
Pom Bears and this.
Perfect food for the healthy mountaineer. Junk food and crisps
Cooper.
And sweets.
Cooper. That's crazy. Cooper, thank you so much.
More monies.
That's crazy, Cooper. That's actually crazy. So much love. Thank you.
I don't know how much the money is. The galaxy's more than the
crazy.
others though. And like I said, it's not the value of the money even. They could give him 10 grand, they could give him 10p. It's the fact that someone's putting their hands in their pocket to give this idiot money based on the fact they think he's doing a really good job out there and he's like helping everything. And he's not. He's like, maybe they see him for what he is and still want to give him money. In that case, fair enough. But my guess is they don't really, or maybe they're just naive and they think that he is good. I've beaten that drum now. I don't want to repeat myself, but.
Oh my goodness, Ashley, that's crazy. Big love, guys. Big love. I'm just really tired. And I'll be honest, like my foot is bad. Like my foot is actually a lot worse.
Oh, there we go.
Properly yesterday, and
his foot is actually bad. So that's why he's not doing any hiking then. Because he's got a bad foot, yeah? Another reason to not go and do anything. I wonder to myself, I sit here and wonder to myself, if I went out there myself and fucked around in the bushes, whether I would get thrown loads of money and whether I'd feel, I wouldn't feel good about it. I wouldn't feel good about it, I'd feel like I was cheating people. Like, there's no part of me that would say, you can look at this and say, oh, I could do that. But would you do that,
It's a lot worse than that. Thank you so much. Big love there.
Bear in mind, this is his moment in the sun. This is his, I don't know what's going to happen after this. His career could get better, it could get worse. But I can't imagine he's going to make as much money on the internet through the donations as he ever will do. This moment, people are gifting to him because they think he's going to go and help, or he has helped, and all this stuff. Yeah, so like that will peter out, won't it? He may maintain. I'm sure that he will attract some people who he will sort of keep. You know, like even bloody Luke has got people who he, you know, still has as his social media friends, but yeah, it's not wrong to make hay while the sun shines if you're on social media, and if this is the moment where things are happening, it would be a mistake for him to not be online receiving this money. Like, you can understand that, but then you could argue that, like, you know, the ethics of everything make it very tacky, and whilst we all agree that you want to get money in life, like, there's certain, you know, uneasy edges about this. It's not so much a laugh for me, this one, seeing all that money go on him. Like, it's a bit like, what?
So I'm fine, I'm just tired and grumpy because of my foot. Not grumpy, but it's just annoying because it really hurts.
Grumpy.
So much love, thank you.
Grumpy. It's not even sunny. Why have you got those sunglasses on? You're talking to me, Robert? Robert, this is what I do on this channel, is I critique other YouTubers and stuff. Like, do you want me to do a self-critique for you?
My foot's just been playing up like really bad for the last 4 months. So before I was here, I was doing a lot of stuff like 3 months, every single day, running up and down the big mountains in Scotland. Like every single day, sometimes like 2-3 times.
Oh, don't, no. He's put an X-ray of his foot up before on the social media. You're not telling me that your problem with your foot is just that it's hurty. I thought he'd had a problem with his foot, like something, you know, like an actual infection in his foot or something. Like, you can't just tell me, oh, it's a hurty foot, so I'm gonna have to take a break from the mountaineering, guys. You know, back in Scotland, I went up so many mountains, my foot got sore. It's an old war injury. Like, you actually have got to have a proper medical issue. Hurty foot.
Single day for 3 months, and like I didn't rest, and like, now my foot's just really bad. So like my left one, like it's a bit cut up. There's like a cut in between my toes, which like just really hurts.
Okay, so that's not a cut in between your toes. Is like the makings of trench foot because you've not been keeping your feet. Like, do you know the basics about what you're doing here? Like, you've got athlete's foot, yeah. So you can't walk on the mountain.
Skin's pretty dry as well.
The skin's pretty dry.
It's actually really dirty. I'm trying to eat, guys.
Oh, there we go. You can't talk about it because it put him off his pom bears.
Yeah, it's just not very nice. And I've lost.
And again, no evidence of this, but I don't want to see the evidence of your athlete's foot, mate.
Feeling in like a fair bit of my toe.
You've lost feeling in your toe. Oh my god! Like, imagine listening to him call in sick. Like, I don't care. You can have the day off, but let's not pretend you've lost feeling in your toe. If you've lost feeling in your toe, that's nerve damage. You've not lost feeling in your toe. Like, what are you talking about? You've lost feeling in your toe.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
So I'm miserable. I'm not miserable, but I'm just tired, guys.
I imagine that he's not always in the best of moods, guys. Like, the hey guys, the guys. Like I say, on social media, you have to just be yourself, and you can't pretend to be a fake person because you get found out, yeah? But, like, I want to see the find out. I want to see the real person. So he's apologising twice now for being grumpy, although he hasn't done anything grumpy. I'm using his words now. Big ups, Grumpy Grannis. He hasn't done anything grumpy, but I worry that, or I wonder that his personality is such that he has these, you know, eggy moments, and although I'm not seeing him do anything eggy, maybe he's had one already. Like, he certainly had one with the police, didn't he? Take my name off the thing. Like, it's tantrums I'm looking out for, I suppose, but we're not going to get to see them because he's not going to do any more social media to reveal his personality because he's been warned about that.
I'm going to have an early night.
I don't think he's been that bad in his past content as well, but I think it's gone to his head here. It's an interesting one as well, because I think if you always thought you were pretty special, You know, I think if you always assumed that they were pretty special, if you had a bit of a superiority complex as such, like not a heavy one, but you know, you always just assumed you were a bit special, or accepted it, or whatever you might want to say, or were convinced of it in some subtle way, then this moment might just make him come out of his shell. Like he's been trying to come out of his shell on his world tour, on his videos, and you know, it looked like he was doing this whole project to sort of mature and become a bit more of a grown-up and, you know, a bit more worldly wise. And it looks like the moment that he's actually managed to come out of his shell is when he's performing a pretend persona of a cool, confident dude on the internet, all wrapped up and covered up. He's not out of his shell. He's not out of his shell. Body language analysis here. He knows he's playing a bit of an act, so he's brought on the props. He's brought on the pom bears. He's pulled up the hat. He's got the cap and the glasses, and that's all a shell to protect the real person inside from being himself on the internet. Can I explain who I'm talking about? This is the this is the guy that went up and was searching for Jay Slater. Do you know who Jay Slater is? Like, I went because it's a bit of a tough, long one, I suppose. Jay Slater got missing in that Tenerife. If you know who he is, this guy's the guy that says he's a mountaineering expert, and they put him on this morning pretending to be a mountaineering expert, and so he's taken a load of super chat money and sat on his arse eating pom bears because he's been up the mountain. Maybe people in chat can enlighten you more as well. Like, you know, in chat, can you give me some for Steve, can you give us some information? Like, can you explain what you think he is and who he is? His name's Paul Arnott, and he's got his own YouTube channel, and we watch him now because he's a lolcow. Lolcow's a bit heavy because he hasn't ventured into the full world of lolcowdom. He's not fully a lolcow. He's on the fringe. He's on Nutter Watch. Oh, it's Jay. You know Jay Slater thing. Okay, yeah. So he's the guy he's the mountaineer expert that's been up there doing the reports and talking to people. And what we found from looking at his content, that he's in no way an expert mountaineer in any way. He's gone on a holiday where he's done some hiking trails, and he wasn't allowed on the mountain by the police because they told him he didn't have the correct gear. Every time he's come up against the police on his mountain trails, they've told him what you're doing. At one point, they put him in the car, checked him out, and then drove him down the mountain. So he's not really involved in the official search. In fact, he's kept himself separate from the official search at all times, and is doing this. He's got a couple of parents who are media people, one of which has worked with the BBC, and it seems like he's got a sort of nepotistic leg up by Isla Tracur, friend of a friend, to do some interviews for This Morning, if only he can present himself like an expert mountaineer. And he's done the bare minimum to present himself like an expert mountaineer, and that's what I think. Is he just going to eat the crisps?
All the keys to this place.
Okay. I want to hear, because on that previous TikTok, I want to hear about why Pedro's called the police on him.
No, I haven't found my phone. All the keys to this place.
You haven't been out looking?
Madness.
It's a madness.
I'll show you my sunglasses.
The bad foot. Oh, he's limping on that bad foot. That guy on the beach was limping. Oh, he's got no idea. He's a plonker. He's Rodney Trotter. Oh, that's good now, isn't it? They're the broken sunglasses, because everyone was worried that he might have left the sunglasses in the
snapped.
You know, there's his glasses. Got it.
It's a madness.
It's a madness. Did you have them before you went out? Or did you buy them when you were in Tenerife? Because if you bought them in Tenerife, then it's very easy to just get another pair of them and snap them. It's interesting he's showing you those, because of course everyone said, oh, you broke your glasses out in the bush, but then some glasses were found, so maybe you broke the glasses that were out in the bush. It's almost like he's responding to the critics there just by showing that, and it proves it, so that's proved it.
Absolute madness.
An absolute madness. They were just there. I've just got them just there. Didn't know where they were. They're just there. Just I'll show you them. Right, they're right here. Had them just at hand. It's a madness. Is this what he's doing? Like, listen, there's a whole range of streamers. It's absolutely fine to sit and just react to your chat, yeah? It is actually fine. Like, I usually have something to do on the stream, but if you want, you can just turn on your stream and react to the chat. It's an option. But, to not say anything, like, surely at some point he should be interacting and talking. And I don't mean just, there's the glasses, yeah, thank you. I mean, talking at length about something.
It's getting a bit chilly, guys.
People just want to support him because they see him on his media. Like, they've seen this morning and they think he's out there helping. You know, I don't think they really understand what's going on. I think they're just surface level naive here. And so they see it as an opportunity to give him some support. So they just want to support him. And he's just sitting there just receiving it. And there's so much of it in different people. Like, I think it would be hard for me to, if I was sat there saying thank you to everyone, it would be hard. But he's given up saying thank you really now, generally. He's just sort of generally saying thank you guys every now and then.
Yeah, it's pretty cloudy. The cloud's coming down now. The cloud is coming down.
Yeah, we can literally see that. Is this his, you know, is this...
Tired, guys. I really am. Oh, I'm shattered. Big love there, people. Big love, big love. I don't even know what the time is. I can't even see.
Because he's got a plate in front of him. Like, every now and then when the glasses are revealed... Yeah, clouds are coming. Like, when the glasses are revealed... You can see in front of him, he's got his plate out in front of him where he hasn't finished his burger, but you can guarantee that's a burger, and his phone. Yeah, so he's just been sat out here eating. So he feels a bit tired because he's just had his dinner.
Clouds are coming down quite low now, guys. Coming down quite low.
I don't begrudge him eating, it's just like...
All around it's coming down really low. 9:20, yeah. Fair play.
I'd really appreciate it. I don't. This might be this thing on TikTok, but I would appreciate it if I was him. Just move the fucking phone so your face is visible and the things aren't on your face. Because I was supposed to be watching at least you. Like, just move the phone just a little bit, like, to the left or to the right, and it'll just put your face in the frame better. Or you just shift your chair a bit.
Hey, big love to you, C. Hope you're okay.
Right, usually when we look at his YouTube videos, it's a laugh and stuff. Like, we'll have a laugh in a minute, but this is like, I'm over the money bit now. That's like, you know, that goes on. I watch Dark Side Phil, they tip him, you know, he makes thousands of dollars, whatever. I'm over that. But what I'm eggy about now is that he's doing nothing. I can't even make a funny comedy response because he's literally doing nothing. Has he seen a stream before? Does he know that people talk?
Absolute madness.
Absolute madness.
I really don't know why I've started drinking this stuff again. It's so bad for you.
Everything I've ever seen you eat or drink is bad for you. All you've ever eaten and drunk on camera is junk food and sweets. Of course you like that Coca-Cola. That's all you ever eat and drink. Yeah, he hasn't mentioned Jay, has he? Like, even if he's like dull and devoid of ideas, surely it is the easiest thing to say, okay guys, I just want to remind you, Jay Slater is missing, the hotline number is, he's been missing in Masca, here's a picture of him. Like, you know, like to talk about the fucking thing that's going on. Like, it makes me wonder again, media management, right? like, because he seemed to be off doing things really badly, and it seemed to, like, although Mark Williams Thomas said he couldn't get a hold of him, it seems like someone's got a hold of him, doesn't it? Like, maybe the police. It feels like the first thing he would want to talk about is the whole case. Like, why is he, unlike all these other people that are out there, why is he not interested in the nuances of the case? People think they saw him at the beach, people did this. He was a bit at the start, wasn't he? He said he was following it and watching it on social media. He was a bit at the start. If he's not in that mountain, it's interesting. If he is in that mountain, he's been out there searching it. What about all this other stuff? What about everything else that's been said? What about all... You're on social media, you're in the midst of it all. Why is the silence on the man himself, Jay Slater? It can't just be narcissism and selfishness, that. Like, I think he's been told not to talk about the case. You know, do your searches, talk about your searches, or don't. Talk about you and, you know, stay off the Jay Slater case itself. You're there to check the mountainside and to look good. The more you talk about Jay Slater and theories and ideas and drug gangs and Mark Williams Thomas, the worse you look, and you get yourself in trouble. Stay off it. Don't say anything. Like, if he's talked to Isla would have given him a sort of, you know, a sort of bullet points, things you should and shouldn't say in the media. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't she? A little bit of advice. Hello, Auntie Isla. I've come out to do my bit. You know, like, well, here's a little top tip for you. You be careful on social media because you could X, Y, Z. He's getting paid by the GoFundMe, it was said today. Was it? I wonder how much. Once that money's rolling in, like, his desire and impetus to search may diminish, maybe. Although it should increase because he's got all the kit now, all the monies. Rest up for a day, get your foot right. But then again, maybe that's good for him because, like, money to just go out there and fuck about in the mountains all day, whether he finds him or not, that's just a good racket now for the next 2 weeks, isn't it? I mean...
I'm just really tired, people. I'm just really, really, really tired. Like, I'm ready to, like, shut my eyes right now and just sleep, to be honest.
Well, it's a bad time to do a stream then, isn't it, you divvy?
Yes. Foot is pretty bad, actually. But it is what it is.
It's your foot. And there's not really anything wrong with it. Now, I'm confused now as well, right? There's another 7 minutes of this. If he doesn't want to do this, why is he doing this? Like, if he has nothing to say, why is he doing this? I understand the money's coming in, so he probably won't turn it off. But, like, what... To what end? Like, I thought I'd do a live stream just to tell you my foot's bad. I mean, I do TikTok... He does TikTok videos. So why doesn't he just do a TikTok video? Maybe he's just used to doing a live stream every day like he used to do with his tent or whatever. You know, maybe this is part of his social, you know, whatever it is. But he's not even being social. Like... It feels like he doesn't even want to do it. It feels like someone's told him to do a live stream and he's had to. Do a live stream after lunch. Tell them your foot's bad. Make sure you keep in contact. You know, maybe that's his thinking is like, you know... But, like, there's no point to it.
I don't know, I mean, we might go for a tiny wander.
With your bad foot?
In a bit, guys, to be fair. Only a small one. A little wander.
Where are you going wandering with your bad foot? That seems stupid. He's not much of a streamer, is he? He's not much of a, like, I mean, maybe he's having a sort of energy low.
Give me 1 second, guys, 1 second.
Oh, the foot, watch. Oh. Maximum sympathy. Mommy, my foot hurts. Like, do you ever see anyone like Bear Grylls or anyone like that doing that? My foot. Like, if you've got a bad foot, like, I want to scream now because, like, you know, Steve's had a bad back and stuff, and, like, you know, there are people with serious injuries out there, and, like, most people just sort of grit your teeth and get on with it, especially if you're in this situation and you're one of these sort of, or you present as one of these sort of people. yeah, I got a bit of a bad foot, but we're just going to let it ice and we're going to get back on it tomorrow. Like, imagine rugby players complaining about their foot. Like, it just... It's a performance so that you know he's hurting. For sympathy. He's the right one, isn't he? It's the sort of thing, listen, that's the sort of thing a toddler would do. My heart, oh my, oh.
Yes, people. Go get the Smarties.
The Smarties. You could see on the table, the plate, he hadn't even finished whatever his dinner was. Like, bag of crisps and the Smarties. Shouldn't you be eating a healthy diet to help with your recovery of your foot?
Oh my goodness. Big love to you, C. Thank you.
Loads more money's coming in down the bottom there.
Big love, big love, big
I
love.
don't know exactly the integers, but just, you know, some monies. They felt sympathetic because he went, oh, my bad foot. This is classic behaviour, this is classic, isn't it? I mean, his foot might hurt, but just, you all saw it.
My foot is fine when it's inside a walking boot. It's
Oh. You don't have walking boots for a number one. We've seen your footwear. It didn't seem to be the appropriate walking boot. So it might be. We might call it a walking boot if you want. If you like, whatever. But number two, your foot is fine if... But out here, on the camera, when I have to get up and show you, oh, it is hurty. So tomorrow it's going to be fine when I need to walk about on it and show you that I'm walking about. Or later on when I want to go for a wander, it will be fine. But because I don't want to be all day. But right now, don't half hurt.
It's absolutely fine. It's just right now I'm just letting air get to my foot. All that sort of stuff, guys. So it's just a bit painful.
You're letting air get to it so it's painful. He's got his foot out. And he's doing the eating on the live stream again. Like, it's just not... like, unless you're literally an eating show, you know, you're doing a thing about cooking or even like, it's basics of media production. You're taught this on day one. Don't eat on camera. Like, it's just basics. And there's a reason for it, because not every... I mean, let's be fair, I do long Twitch streams and I sit here and eat sometimes. Loads of streamers eat on camera sometimes. It's not a major, but it is, like, basically, this is not a good time to film this stream because you are eating. Do all your eating and then do your stream. Do a long stream, and at the 4-hour mark, okay, I'm going to have some food. Like, some people even make a thing of it. We do a mukbang, I'm going to show you the food I'm eating. That's fine. But, like, this is supposed to be you talking to camera and I'm listening to you crunch Smarties. Like, it's not nice. It puts
Smarties.
people off. I'm surprised it doesn't put more of these people off. Smarties. Are they fucking children or what? You seem to be. He would give Foodie Beauty a run for his money. It's a different case here. Foodie Beauty's massive and overweight. He's eating all the junk food, but because he's getting no nutrients, he looks like a stick man.
Yeah, I don't normally get Smarties, but I saw them. I actually got 2 packets of them.
Good, I'm glad. Thanks for that important information. Write that down in case it comes up later in the Jay Slater case.
Crazy.
Crazy. It's crazy, guys. I don't normally get Smarties, but because I saw them and I got 2 packets, which is... I'm totally mad. Totally mad I am. Colin Hunt off his trolley. I know who would it... Like, if I've been on the building site and I'd said to somebody in the van, I don't usually get 2 packets of Smarties, but today I got them. It's crazy. Then for the rest of the week, I wouldn't have heard anything else apart from, "You alright, Smarties? How's it going, Smarties? What are you doing? Where's your Johnson?" They would have been buying packets of Smarties to throw Smarties at me on the roof. Like, they wouldn't have let me, like, just that. And it's not because you get bullied at school and it's bad or bad bullying. I went to a boys' school, so we're all boys in the boys' school, right? Like Harry Potter or whatever. Like, I went to a boy. I don't know. Harry Potter's not boy. Anyway, look. But like again, at school, like if you'd been like, you know, said something daft like that, like wouldn't people have been like, all right then, smarties? It could end up as your bloody nickname. Like you're on the internet dressed up like Murdoch from the A-Team because you think you're cool, and you're telling them about your extra packet of Smarties. They're grown women in that chat that are giving him the money. Like, and they're like, he's like, I got an extra packet of Smarties. I say this from experience as well, because when I worked on the roofs, I've told this story before, but one lunchtime, I didn't take any lunch with me, so I needed to go to the bloody Morrison's and get some food, yeah? And I go in the Morrison's, and you've got your sandwiches and your meal deal, and you know, the other roofers just get a meal deal, and like, I don't want a meal deal. I didn't want the meal deal. I wanted something. I went up the aisle. I'm thinking, fuck a meal deal. For a 50p, I can get a loaf of bread. Can't I? Meal deal. £3.80 for a sandwich and a can of... I don't want a meal deal. I want to make my own meal. The deal is I'm making my own meal. I'm in the supermarket. All the food's there. I don't have to... You didn't have to make it. I'll do it. I'll get things done. So I bought myself a stick of French bread and a pate, a thing of pate. Back when I used to eat meat, before I was a vegan, I got a thing of pate and French bread, and I thought, this is rustic. I'm on the roofs. I just scrape the pate out with the bread and eat it. I'm like a caveman, if anything. I'm raw. I'm hardcore. And I got up on the fucking van and I got my pate out and my bread, and they were like, pate, French stick. And all I heard for the next fucking, like, to this day, some of those roofers will still, if I said to them, oh, you know, I fancy a bit of pate, they'd instantly bang on it. You pate, you and the pate. Like, pate. I'd never heard the end of it. Pate. Like, so I speak from experience. I thought that was more, you know, should have gone for the meal deal. This is my top tip. If you want to fit in society, go for the meal deal. Don't go for the pate. You don't have to fit in society, you know, be whomever you want to be, but you know, have your extra packet of Smarties if you want, but you will accept that there's a juxtaposition in the style and like the way he coming across here with the sunglasses. And bear in mind, like we said, he doesn't always dress like this. This is a fairly new phenomenon to look pretty cool on the internet because he's a mountain rescue engineer, famous, like, cool now. But like the Smarties thing, it juxtaposes against it. It makes you look like a child. All we've heard about is the Smarties and the Pom Bears. I mean, who even eats Pom Bears? Only toddlers eat Pom Bears. I mean, in chat, tell me if you prefer the Pom Bear and you think the Pom Bear is the superior snack. I've heard it said that people enjoy the Pom Bear. Tell me in chat if you do. I will accede to that. I will say sorry. But in my world, crisps are a bit special, bit important, and you don't want to be wasting your time on no Pom Bear. You want your Walker's Poplars, you want your Bugles. They're the top tier at the moment, right? And then further down from that, you actually want to get into Aldi and check out your snack right offerings, because there's a range of various strange different things that get exciting there. But other than that, it's the crisps all the way, isn't it? It's the proper grown-up crisps. I don't want Pom Bears. I want Ridges. I want Crinkles. I want Max. I want extra flavour. I don't want steak flavour anymore because I'm not. Steak flavour's probably got meat in it. But I want grown-up crisps. I don't want Pom Bears, especially not if I'm on the internet looking cool. I'd get the crisps that look cool, not the crisps that look like I want to fucking finish this quickly so I can go and watch Teletubbies, which is in Spanish here, even more exciting. You've never heard of Pom Bears? Pom Bears are like a Freddo or a Tazo. Like, they're a kid's crisp. They've got the shape of teddy bears, so that when you're a toddler or when you're looking after a toddler, you can give them the crisps and say, eat them, they look like teddy bears, and shut up. And the kids like them. And there are some adults that are a bit, you know, oh, it's like my childhood or whatever. They like the taste of them. They're very greasy and a bit salty. They like the fair enough, some people like the Pom Bear. I get it. But in this situation, the Pom Bear should be excluded from the stream. He should eat them privately. Like, no one should see him eating Pom Bears. They're not, you know, you eat yeah, I'm not precluding it by gender. I'm just saying I want the big crisps. You know, I don't want no messing about with Pom Bears. You can have the Pom Bears if you want. I'm not saying people can't have their Pom Bears. Not for me. And for him, with his glasses and his hat and, hey guys, I'm on the mountain, I'm a big toughie. And this is the other thing I can't understand. How has he not got it into his head that what he should be doing is eating vegetables? Like, you don't have to eat meat to have protein, but he should be eating a good, solid diet instead of crisps and drink Coca-Colas, and all he likes is burgers. He's a finicky eater who doesn't like food. He's not a food person. He doesn't like all these other foods, the good foods. He's not got the right diet on him. He's putting himself in jeopardy by going out there unfueled and underprepared. Like, he's a finicky eater. He likes his pom bears. Dora the Explorer, you're right. Shouts out. Big up, Cheryl. Dora the Explorer is obviously his favourite, isn't it? You're right. In fact, she does more legitimate exploring than he does. Hiking trail, fucking Harris.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a rusk. I used to eat rusks, like a bowl of rusks, like when I was a tiny baby. But no, yeah, rusks, like, it'd be the equivalent of like me going to the supermarket and buying the rusks and making a thing of it on my stream. Like, I might consider, now you've said it, I would consider eating a rusk. I haven't got any in the house, but like I would consider eating one. But like, can I get rusks? They're my favourite. No, not the blue one, the red ones, otherwise I'm not eating them. They have to have the milk at 60 degrees, and I want it with 2 spoons of sugar, and not this. We're having a debate about crisps now. Crisps, like, they're not gendered. You don't have to. Man crisps are all right to say it, but like, they try and sell it like that. But there's no gender on crisps. Women can enjoy big crisps as well, and men can enjoy little pom bears. There's nothing wrong with a pom bear, says Robert. He loves them. There you go. There's a pom bear defender. We've got a pom bear defender. That's fine. There isn't anything wrong with a pom bear. It's just a bag of crisps, right? But I think in this context, for him to be making a feature of it makes him into a laughing stock. And I should have made more of a highlight. I should have laughed about it more. I was just a bit disgusted by the whole premise of the stream, which is he's going to eat them and do nothing.
I've seen any orange ones. Do they still do the orange ones?
Do they still do orange Smarties? Really?
I haven't actually seen any orange ones. Hey, big love there, nice one, guys.
Big love there, nice one, guys. Thanks for the money. Do they do orange Smarties? Like, with privilege, and listen, he has lived a bit of a privileged life, yeah? With privilege comes this almost, what's the word? It's not expectation, it's, there's a word for it, isn't there? When you assume that you're going to have nice, good things. What's the word? Expectation of privilege, assumption of it. No, like, there's a word for it, isn't it? And it's like a negative when people say it about you, like, or somebody. Entitled, that's the word, DC Primetime, entitled. It feels to me like he's had this sense of entitlement, and his failure on the internet thus far, you know, his failure of his channel, the failing in his content, you know, him looking like an idiot, has knocked some of his confidence out of him, and like knocked his sense of entitlement a bit, which is the purpose of going around the world, is to knock that sense of entitlement out of you so that you can be more humble and understand who you really are. Yeah, that's the better thing. But instead of that, he's had it knocked out of him a little bit because his content's not gone that well. But now this has happened, it feels like he just feels entitled. Like, he doesn't have to, like, I would expect to see, like, or I would give a much more, like, oh my God, thank you for all this money. This is actually incredible. Like, do you know what I mean? This is a big moment. Lots of people are giving him quite a lot of support. And he's like, yeah, man. Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, okay, man. Cheers. If you see my Smarties, I'm well cool. You see how fucking cool I am, man? I'm well cool. I'm just taking that money nice and cool. Anyway, man, I'm the Fonz, man. I'm so cool, man. And, like, actually, that's all a bit of a fake act and stuff, isn't it? But I think it's this sense of entitlement that okay, now I'm back in my position. Of course this is normal. Of course they think I'm brilliant. I actually am pretty fucking cool. Have you seen my Smarties? Check out my pom bears. You know, and we don't, in the majority in the world, think he's cool, but because he's got this echo chamber now to feed back what he believes deep down in some way, I think, maybe. I'm a bit confused about his persona, you know, the difference between his persona and his true personality. Maybe this is him handling this. Maybe it's difficult for him to handle this, like, wave of support, so he's trying this persona, and maybe deep down he's not that confident about it. But I wonder if there's a sense of entitlement that's driving this now, this acting cool. It seems to have gone right to his head, doesn't it? Like, right to his head.
I haven't actually seen any orange ones.
I hate listening to him chew. I don't like listening to him chew. Yuck.
Hey, big love there, guys.
Big love there, guys. How cheesy do you want to be? Oh.
Yes, Camilla.
Yes, Camilla.
I don't know, we'll probably go for a tiny little walk around, maybe for a tiny bit, guys. But I won't be walking too fast, that's the only thing. Yeah.
Like, they're all asking him questions in chat and he's not even replying to any of them. That's another feature of it. Like, there's a lot of support and there's people that are giving him money and literally asking him questions. And he's like, maybe he said, yes, Camilla, as in like, hi, Camilla. But like, and he's saying it because he's like, Camilla's like, hey, cutie, how you feeling, hearts? And he's like, oh, like, I think he's like girlfriend time. Like, this is girlfriend time. He's trying to act cool in front of all the ladies because he's thinking he's going to get, like, you know, a lady out of this. And he really shouldn't. He really shouldn't approach his audience and try and get a lady out of it. That would be pretty irresponsible as well. But we've seen him being very irresponsible already. I don't know what's going on here, but it's bizarre that he is not responding to the people that are giving him money, even with their questions and normal questions about stuff. Simple things like, how's your mental health, other stuff. He's just not replying to any of it.
I'm doing good, guys. I'm just tired. I'm just tired today. It's just one of those days where I just feel so tired.
Now, you've said that. Not too tired to sit here and look at the phone while people give you money, though, yeah?
Yeah. Call it a night.
He's going to call it a night. In the middle of the day.
Yeah, the clouds are super, super low. It's not just here either.
Well, it's the evening. It is the evening.
And the clouds are super, super low. Super, super low.
He said that repeatedly as well. Like, he's not made a comment on anything other than his foot, the clouds, and his pom bears. He's barely said thank you for the money.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to come off, but I'll come back on shortly and we'll go for a walk, okay? I don't even know what the time is. I think it's like 9:30. Let's go out for half hour.
Well, hang on. Like, fair enough, like, we can only go out for half an hour because you've got a bad foot, but it's 9:30 in the evening, so what the fuck have you done all day? Like, maybe he just stayed in all day and just slept, and now he's woke up, it's 9:30, you know, so I'd go for a little walk. But, like, if you've got a bad foot and you shouldn't be walking around, we can only go for a little walk, but, like, yeah, what have you been doing all day? And why didn't you talk about any of it? No update on anything
big love
here.
to you guys. So much love. You guys are awesome. Absolute champions. Big love.
What it really is it's just an opportunity for people to send him money while he sits there, because he hasn't even, like, the update is I've got a bad foot, and you could do that in a TikTok. I just really, I'm disgusted more than anything that he hasn't even offered any content there, that he hasn't talked to the people that are sending him super chats and said anything. He could have talked about anything as well. I didn't have to have it about the case and all this, you know, it's his day off, whatever. Just, he's got no personality whatsoever. Literally no personality here.
Alright, guys, listen.
And the fact that he's dressed up like he's hiding, it makes me wonder if someone's told him to, you know, shut down and be quiet.
I'm going to come back on in about 10 minutes, alright? I'll be back on in 10 minutes. I'm going to go get ready. I'm going to try get my boots on as well.
It's like he okay. This is what I get. This is what I get. Is that normal people who make content on the internet, and he used to be in this boat, try and make some content so that you want to watch it. But now he thinks they just want to look at me. Like, I'm famous. They just want to see. They want the access. They want the, like. If, it reminds me of someone like, you know, if you were watching, I don't know, like Kendrick Lamar or someone have their lunch. They don't have to do much on their show, do they? They're not doing a show. Wow, it's them. Like, you know, fans are here to look at them. Might do a bit of chit chat. It reminds me of that. Like, it's like the live stream is, I am me, and you want to see a bit of me, so I don't have to prepare anything. I just sit down and he didn't go back on. Apparently he didn't go back on.
I can't talk. I'm stuttering. A little wander. Not for too long because it's getting quite dark. I'll see if we can find a torch.
Yeah, you're one for that, aren't you? Getting caught out in the dark. That's what happened with Jimmy Savile's house.
Not that it's probably got any batteries in it.
Oh, nightmare, guys. The torch hasn't got any batteries.
Or charge. I'm fine, guys. I'm just really tired. I'm just really tired today. And that's all it is. But I am good. I am good. I'm just tired.
The kidnappers have let me have 2 packs of Smarties and a Pom Bears. Well, there's no future for this guy in social media, is there? Because he literally is the most boring person in the world at a time when, like, this is the moment when all eyes are upon him as well. His day off from the search. Even people thought he'd gone missing. Like, they thought he'd gone missing because he was posting, and then it stopped. Right? But, like, is this not the moment where you want to come on and be a bit more anything?
Right, one more Smartie and then I'm coming off. Yeah, maybe we can go see the gate.
He talked to someone then about the goat, whatever that is. Wow. 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 This is bad. I guess that has to be my review.
Hey, nice one, guys. Listen, I'll be back on shortly, alright? I'll be back on shortly. Oh my goodness, yes, Keeper.
My review simply has to be
about 10 minutes.
that it's bad.
I need to try to get my walking boots on, guys. We'll go for a stroll. See what's happening. But yeah, I'll see you shortly. Big love to everyone. You guys are awesome.
I follow other stuff on the internet, and I haven't got the time in my life to follow him, like, you know, on a daily basis to see what he's doing in the daytime. So I'm really grateful for those that sent me this. I don't know if you want shouts out or not, to be honest, but I'm grateful for the people that sent me this and got this recorded, because I wouldn't be able to, like, keep an eye on him, like, if he's going to be doing lives on other medias like this, and they get disappeared, don't they? So, like his old phone, all trace and record seems to disappear, but there's not much in that, is there? It's almost like someone who's hiding even from himself on social media at this point. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't want to reveal any information about anything. And I'm sure there were questions. He didn't mention Jay Slater once. He's told us he's got a bad foot, probably athlete's foot, and he's been tired. It's really weird, isn't it? Like, it's really weird. Again, I'm struck by a number of different things, but what I'm really struck by as well at the end of it is that this has been a golden opportunity for him, and he's just fucked that up. Like, just totally fucked that up. Like, you're gonna get people looking at you. You put yourself in this position. This should have been an opportunity to keep people updated on the search, to outline the places you've been to, the places what you've, like, you're back at base, so you're not out on the mountain anymore. So you've got some time. My foot hurts. I'm gonna have to take a day off. But listen, this is where I've been. This is the interactive map. This is what we're doing. This is there's been an update today by Mark Williams Thomas, and he said this and this. I think this, and is he not involved in anything like that? It was just so self-absorbed, he didn't think he even needed to do anything. Just you would look at him and give him money. And they did. They did just look at him and give him money. So it was just a self-indulgent... it reminds me of how Alan, like, uses the internet as his narcissistic supply space, in that he would go on his Patreon account. And this is like that Patreon, isn't it? Because they're giving him the money. Like, it's like going on Patreon and saying, thanks very much for the money. Right, I'm just going to sit here and just moan about my bad foot. Oh, my foot's bad. Like, it's very self-indulgent, incredibly self-indulgent, when you consider that this is the moment that he's getting the most views ever. Literally the most views ever, like, other than his recent searches. But you know what I mean? In this current moment, in this current week. And to just not even mention Jay or anything like that. He didn't say anything. Said he was grumpy, so credit him with that. He's so grumpy he can't talk. I want to say baffled again. I'm blown away. Like, I hate saying baffled because of Peter Faulting, aren't I? But I'm blown away by why. Like, we now know, the only thing that I know now that's different from yesterday is that Pedro's called the police on him. I want to go back to that. chaos in Masca. Wait. That was on this as well, wasn't it? It wouldn't load it, would it?
So I've arrived back in Masca, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, guys. It's a bit crazy. The police have been called on me.
Like, he starts this is another thing, right? If you are a media producer and his parents are, won't they know that this is terrible, and can't someone have a word with him about it? Because I'm having to watch this, and you know that I'm a member of the audience, the viewers. I mean, I'm talking to his parents. I don't think they're watching, but like, I'm one of the viewers in the audience. So you know how bad this is. They know, his parents know, because they're media producers that work with the BBC. They know that this is awful. Just stand still, please. Why did we think, right, okay, I'm going to film a video, right, so I get my phone out and record, right, I'm going to go walking now. Like, why don't you just, like, why press record and then walk? Are you walking when you press record? Why didn't you think to just stand still? It makes me so mad.
I've arrived back in Masca, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, guys. It's a bit crazy. The police have been called on me.
The police have been called on me. Not for me, not about me, but on me. I mean, listen. I'm getting a bit serious now, but that is self-confessed. The police have been called on, not, you know, on me. Like someone, like he's done something. And I joked, well, I wouldn't tell everyone this, would I? Because then, you know, people are going to... But maybe he's not telling us what the police have been called on him for, is he? Or did they call on him as in to turn up? Being and called on me? Or does he just mean that people have set the police on him?
So I've arrived back in Masca, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, guys. It's a bit crazy. The police have been called on me by many people, including Pedro. Now, it's been...
Including Pedro, your mate Pedro, who's got your phone number, presumably. Or have you got a new phone number because of the SIM card? Maybe it's that. But aren't you staying in his property? Like, listen, if Pedro, because he said in the last TikTok that Pedro giving him the other property down the road and this and that, and because of the keys, can't Pedro just go and knock on your door? So maybe he wasn't at his own property, or at least answering the door, because people are worried about him. The police have been called. And who's called them? Who would worry? Who would I assumed off the top of my head, TikTokers, you know, people on the internet have called up his family, and not his family, sorry, they called up the police. But isn't it more likely that actually someone can, like, has he done a bunk one of the days? Has he done a moody yesterday? Like, that would really fit, wouldn't it? Listen, that would really fit. Things have gone down the shitter. They're starting to, like, you know, fall apart for him a little bit. He's been stressed. He's been on the mountain. Isla won't talk to him. He did the ITV News, though, didn't he? So that's a good thing. It's not the ITV News. It's This Morning. It's This Morning, not the ITV News. And then he had, like, a bad day, though. SIM card nightmare. Because that news report would have been recorded earlier that day, and then it went out, didn't it? So that's anachronistic, out of time. But he's had a stressful day, he said, didn't he? Look.
So, guys, today has been stressful. Not
Stressful.
only have I lost my phone, broken sunglasses, I've also actually lost the keys to this place. I've lost,
you know, all this stress.
The keys to blooming Pedro.
And this happened after he'd been interviewed for the news, because they keep saying the news, for the This Morning, because although he puts up This Morning in, this has happened, he's surely, hasn't it? Maybe I'm wrong in saying that, but
Right. Now, Pedro has basically just said, don't worry about it, he is so kind. I've literally said I'll go get some more keys made up for you and stuff, and he said don't worry about it. And he's moved me into
maybe he was crying about it. You know, like, Pedro is saying don't worry. Is that because Pedro just doesn't give a fuck and don't worry? Maybe. Or maybe he's like, oh, it's Pedro, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Like, you know, I imagine that when he's done something that he feels guilty about and it's his own fault and he wants the sympathy instead, he might play like how sympathetic, you know, oh, yeah. So Pedro's happy with him, though.
different room, which is really
Different room from Pedro. Pedro's giving him a different room, and I critiqued this and said basically Pedro needed the keys back anyway, didn't he? Because he's booked it out to someone else.
nice. It's absolutely stunning. But yeah, absolute nightmare.
Because you came in on a late thing, and then you were going to move somewhere, like, you know, to a different location after, because this is a short-term solution to your problems. You came here with nowhere to stay.
Absolute nightmare. Now, I have been worrying so much.
Worrying.
I thought I could only stay for another 2 weeks here. However, Pedro is going on holiday, but he has said that his friend is going to be staying, and I can stay in this new place. It's like
So he can stay in Pedro's friend's new place? I assumed he was moving there now, but he's giving him a key to a different room in the location, and he's going to move to this other place later.
another little housey bit down
A housey bit.
on the side here. He said I can stay for as long as I want, which means I can definitely commit to at least another 4 weeks in this place, 100% in this place, which just takes my mind off things. So I'm going to
4 weeks staying somewhere, probably not for free, huh? I mean, that probably cost a bit of money.
sort it out a bit more tomorrow. I've got so much to sort out.
So much to sort out tomorrow.
The fact that I've lost my other phone today has made so many issues. All my stuff is
Issues.
on
He's not limping at any point here. He's not hurt his foot here.
everything. Nothing is
Or at least whilst he's wearing his boot, it doesn't hurt him.
fully backed up, or nothing was even transferred to this phone yet. I don't
So yeah, we've lost all evidence of anything that you've ever done on the island so far.
started doing it, guys. So yeah, stressful day.
Where's Pedro again?
I've got loads of guys. Today has been stressful. Not only have I lost my phone.
Where's Pedro? Pedro's in one of these, isn't he?
So today, guys, has just been an app.
The guy that saved my life. Was it in that one? We've seen Pedro already, haven't we? God, he produces so much crap. But he's going to slow down on producing the crap now, isn't he? I mean, I took screenshots of it, so we saw him yesterday. So he's on yesterday's stream. Stopped by police again.
So guys, I've just come up from the side of the mountain and something really interesting has just happened. So I was walking along the road and a car pulled up beside me, and a woman and a man got out of the car, and I was thinking, what's going on here? They weren't dressed in uniform, but they were very,
The plainclothes police.
very official. And they came out very, very polite, and they were like, are you the man of TikTok? And they pulled up some videos, and they were like, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And they basically identified themselves as police. Now, very nice.
They identified themselves as police. Does that mean you saw their identity? You saw their ID. They showed you the ID. And do you know what a Spanish police ID looks like and how to confirm that that is the police?
Police, I will say as well, very, very kind people. Very, very.
And they've got your videos on their phone, and they've pulled up and seen you, and they've jumped out and said, hey, is this you? Yeah, okay.
Like, very, very communicative.
So they're looking for you.
Sorry, communicative and chatty guys. So yeah, it was really, really nice. They basically told me what areas they think they're in. What areas they think Jay may be in.
So they pulled up, got out their car, stopped you to tell you what areas they think he might be in.
And they also said they're like a special investigative team. So
They're a special investigative team. Yeah, okay.
studying the landscape and a few other
Studying the landscape.
bits. And they gave me their direct WhatsApp as well. So
A direct WhatsApp.
I can get in contact with them if I find anything, and if they have any more information, then they can get in contact with me. So that was.
They can get in contact with you. They got your details off you, so they can get in contact with you, yeah? And it is surprising that if he's out there searching for evidence in what could be a criminal case, it might not be, it might just be a search and rescue, this either highlights that the police are considering it really more serious and they want any evidence that comes in, you know, they might be considering it more criminal. That might be that. He might be seeding that idea. We never saw this interaction. It might not have happened. He might be telling it a different way. But to me, if it did happen, it sounds like they were getting him because should he not have already contacted the police and said, I'm out here searching. If I find anything, who do I call? Like, shouldn't he already have a direct line, WhatsApp group or whatever, to the search efforts? Like, they've gone to find him. According to his testimony here, they've gone to find him specifically. They haven't just driven past him and thought, oh, let's stop and talk to him. You're right, mate. How you doing? Is this you on TikTok? Oh, can I get your autograph? Like, they've driven around to find him, it feels like, doesn't it? And then they've stopped him. And he's quite within his remit, I believe, to say, am I being detained? I don't think I would if I was out there trying to help the police, but, you know, he's quite within his remit to not answer their questions. Big ups, it's midnight. It's always midnight.
Really, really nice, really positive experience with the police out here. So yeah, absolutely fantastic.
But he's very happy to tell us that it was a fantastic experience. Yeah, and then the next TikTok is, I haven't got my phone anymore, that's gone, and my glasses got broken. No, I'm being funny a bit here. Battery exhausted, it's supposed to be funny, isn't it? But like, I'm really wondering whether he's been threatened by the police and that they've taken his phone and broken his glasses. Like, what if he was wearing his glasses and one of them fucking smacked him in the face when they broke? Like, is he going to come on the internet and say, the police have broken my glasses and stolen my phone, and they told me if I tell anyone, they'll murder me? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm being very conspirative there, and I don't think that about the police out there, but, you know, are we assuming they are really the police then that stopped him? Again, all of it is just based on his testimony that it just happened. But it's funny that he got stopped by the police and then he's had this stressful day. Hang on.
So today, guys, has just been an absolute nightmare. It's almost 2 o'clock. I'm finally going to go get some proper food.
Yeah, he says he lost the glasses and the phone before the stop by police one. But, you know, it's just him saying it. So he lost his glasses and his phone, then he got stopped by the police. And then he's had a really stressful day, he tells us. And then he goes into town to get a SIM card, and he can't get a SIM card because they don't sell them in that fucking petrol station. Then we have the ITV news upload, which, like I say, I assume it was filmed earlier. Because he's got his sunglasses on. And he's lost them, yeah? So he's not having a good day. The last actual update is, I'm not having a good day. And then he puts up a silent update with words, this one. Yeah? Because he's not had a good day. He's had problems in Masca. The next thing is what we just watched is, you know, problems in Masca. The police have been trying to find me. Like, what I'm saying is, when was SIM card nightmare?
So guys,
This is 2 days ago. I mean, I don't know what date it is because it doesn't say the date on it, does it? 2 days ago. But he had a day off and no one knew where he was, yeah? That was posted 11 hours ago. So 2 days, 11 hours. Has he gone radio silent? Has he had a tantrum and a cry and a breakdown, a mini breakdown, so to speak, you know? Like, it reminds me again of like a toddler or a tantrum teenager who wants to, I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. Just everyone leave me alone. I just don't want to talk to anyone. And then you turn off your phone and everyone's worried about you. And really, you're fine. You're just down the fucking, you know, the park having a smoke or whatever, and everyone gets worried about you and they've called the police on you, and oh my god, we were all so worried about you, we called the police, you know. And so he's had to do an update. Listen guys, please stop sending the police. Pedro's been round the flat and Pedro couldn't find him, so Pedro might have also called the police. Maybe they sent Pedro to the flat or to his room or whatever, and he's not there. Where is he? Nobody knows, and he's never going to tell us. But he had a day off, didn't he? And it sounds like he had a breakdown on the day off, and everyone had to call the police, because even his parents... Who would call the police? Who would? Maybe he's got friends out there that he's been hanging around with. You know, maybe that. Pedro, apparently. His parents, obviously, who were worried about him because he's not answering his calls, jumped straight to calling the police because he's out there and he's been an idiot and he's been up those mountains and she's scared and she's worried. I'm telling you, it's his mom. I'm saying, my guess, his mom. A black eye, maybe, wearing sunglasses in the smart. Maybe, you know, he doesn't seem to have one in this other video though. Since he lost the glasses, maybe it, you know, takes time to develop. I was only joking about the police smacking them off him, but like, we don't see anything of everything he does, or anything of anything he does, do we? So there is that. Like, we don't get to see really much of anything he really does. That's really, I mean, obviously when I cover him here now, I'm going to do updates on what he's done and uploaded, and it seems like they're going to be few and far between now. And they don't need to be, do they? He's in a position now where he doesn't need to pump social media for anything. He's got enough, he had enough money before he went there, in real, like, in the big picture. Like, he had, this wasn't, like, his social media wasn't making him any money. He could be getting loads of money now, and that's good for him, so there is that. But the bigger picture for him is that he wants to leverage this into a media job, into like a presenter job. I mean, I swear, you know, he wants to be Isla. Like, otherwise, what's he doing like this, hey guys, and all this? So whether he thinks it's going to be a continuation of his social media, or, you know, some media This Morning style position or anything like, you know. I think he's been careful now about what he does because he's going to want to not potentially do what he was doing, but do something different. Like if he's a real TikToker, if he's a real independent social media producer, he will just keep producing independent social media like he does. But if he's going to pivot now and do something slightly different, now's the time to not fucking make it worse, isn't it? Because everything he's already done makes it bad, but not make it worse. So I'm thinking that the slowdown on the content production has been advised to him, and he's probably going to slow down on the content production. He'll probably do those lives where he sits there and says nothing and receives money, but the things where he goes around saying like, you know, this happened, that happened, I've done this, I've done that. He's told us he's not going to do that anymore. Even if he goes searching, he's not going to do this bollocks anymore. This is what got him into the position he's in now. Now he can, you know, he's in a different position now, yeah? So he really, because some people care about the social media, the number of views, the ability to monetize it, because they're a social media, like I am, like a social media content creator needs to care about those things, yeah? But if he's leveraging it for something else, and if this was a sort of like job interview, in inverted commas, then he doesn't need to care as much about his TikTok as he does about other things. Because those, like Isla Trakur doesn't care as much about her TikTok. You can tell because it's shit. Or has he been banned by the police? Yeah, banned by the police is another good one. Banned by the police and then having to deal with it mentally. How is he going to carry on and tell you that he's doing his TikToks if he's been banned by the police? You know, that's a really good shout as well. Because he's felt like he's got banned by the police a number of times where he's been sent down off the mountain, doesn't it? And if the police go up there and say, we will arrest you, like, imagine that. I've heard that people might get arrested for searches. I might be tripping here. Like, can you get arrested for going up that mountain? But like, imagine the police said to him, we will take, you know, do not do this, otherwise there will be trouble. Then what's he going to do for his TikToks? For his career? Like, maybe he hasn't got that leverage into that media position. I don't think he will at this point. I think he'll be trying to make it happen with his contacts. But I don't think he's in that position now, and I don't think anyone would be foolish enough to actually give him that job. So maybe it's that, you know, maybe he's basically having to lick his wounds and consider his options because he's not going to be able to do what he says he's going to be able to do. But my guess would have been, as a private citizen, he can stay up there. When the police go home, he can just fuck off up the mountain. But they'll see his TikToks. So... but he can still do it, and like whether the police will come and arrest him or not is a different. Like, I would consider myself as a private citizen to be quite within my remit to do what the fuck I want on that mountain, but I don't know what they would have said to him, you know. AD going out there, yeah, we need me, Alan, this guy, Luke, doing an event together. That's what we need. And you're right, they don't want to search. They don't want to waste money searching for another idiot, do they? They've been very, like, that's their job, is to prevent the issue before it happens. So by banning him, they prevent it before it happens. I totally agree with that. Right, let's cheer up and watch some of his previous content. That's a bit, like, obviously this is going to be funny because it's not to do with Jay Slater's missing death or whatever, isn't it? So this is going to be funnier.
So I have.
This is the top pinned one. This is the top pinned.
Come to Bulgaria, and I'm in a place called Varna. It's the third largest.
Does he talk a bit like Ryan? Does he talk a bit like Ryland?
I have booked the worst hotel room that Bulgaria has to offer.
Does he talk a bit like Ryland? I've come to Bulgaria.
To Bulgaria, and I'm in a place
Bulgaria. It's very nice. It's former communist.
So I have come to Bulgaria, and I'm in a place called Varna. It's the third largest city in Bulgaria, and it's official. I have booked the worst hotel room that Bulgaria has to offer. It's not even a hotel. Outside is this lovely artwork. To get in, I go through this little door down here.
You would have checked this out when you booked it though, so that's up to you. Like, this is on you for a start. This is something I considered, right? I've considered doing this. I looked on Malta. Do you remember the Airbnbs? We had a good look at the Malta Airbnbs once, and there were some really nice ones. And there was a really shit one for like £20. And I said, why don't we book the nice one? We'll go and stay there, and I'll book the shit one, and I'll go and pretend I'm staying there. I'll do a YouTube video and I'll say, oh, look at this horrible place I'm staying at. Oh my God, can't believe I'd stay there for one night or whatever. Took the lights out, you know, cut the stream, go back to the nice one. I don't think that's what he's done. I think he's actually booked a bad one by mistake because he's an idiot. But it might not even be that bad. I'm guessing what we're going to see here is just a sort of form a communist bloc, like living arrangement that if you're complaining about, then you're missing the point that people lived like this in these countries and have lived like this like through communism it was a bit harsher. That's why these properties exist. So you're sort of shitting on people that, unless it's going to be a proper, like, you know, dirt dive, and you shouldn't accept this nonsense. Like a lot of these, I stayed in a place in Poland where it was a bit rough and tumble, a little village, and the shower came out like brown or whatever when I turned on the tap. So it started coming out brown. I was like, it's rust in the pipes. It's just it's rust in the pipes. You know, like you just sort of like, you deal with certain stuff, don't you? You're living a bit rustic or a bit run down, and you've booked it. It's your choice. You've paid for it. Okay, let's get another look. Like, what I'm noticing is that it's okay to have these feelings, but I'm noticing a very sort of, like, this experience was supposed to toughen him up, I reckon, but instead he's like, oh, I don't want to touch it. Oh, no, oh. Like, instead of just being like, yeah, like, this place is a bit scruffy, isn't it? Well, let's get our heads down and move on to tomorrow. Like, you know, his attitude is so, I guess sheltered is the right word.
Very shady place. Just slam that shut.
It doesn't look shady yet, it just looks like a door.
Nice artwork there. A bit more artwork on this door.
It's graffiti.
Now, I thought I was going to write bargain. I paid £10 a night for this.
You're paying £10 a night, so already you're not expecting much, yeah?
And I've just rang up my friend who is Bulgarian.
Oh, you've got a friend, you got a contact, got it.
And I've shown him around, and he's like, where the hell are you? Like, what have you booked?
Oh, even the Bulgarian thinks it's shit.
And he's basically told me to get out of here, to actually go book a proper hotel.
Yeah, probably.
A normal hotel only costs about £30 a night.
So why have you booked it? I mean, but there again, people do book this place. There are people that stay here. Like, it's cheaper, it's £10 a night.
And yeah, I'm here.
Let's see it.
This is £10 a night. So let me just find where my bathroom is.
You'll be a communal bathroom.
I'm not sure if it's this one or not. No, it's the one upstairs.
We'll close the door after you.
So if we go up here...
He didn't even look. How did he know that was not his bathroom? Look. Watch this. And it's got holes drilled in the top of the door for ventilation. It's a bit shabby, but look.
No, it's the one upstairs.
Or did it not unlock? Is that why?
So if we go up here... This is my bathroom here. So it's not even...
In the room, no.
Near my room.
Well, it won't be. It'll just be like a communal bathroom that you have to use on the corridor, won't it?
So have a look at this. Have a look at this, guys. This is my shower. This is what I'm supposed to shower in. Very dodgy. Toilet. No toilet paper.
It's just a shabby little toilet. For £10 a night, you're not getting an ensuite.
It's going to be a little bit messy. There is some water in there. But
If I were you, I would just use that for taking a toilet in and just move on to the next place for a big wash down, yeah? Or whatever. You can even have public showers in other places, like, you know, go for a swim in the swimming bath and then have a shower after that. But if you don't like it, just don't use it.
I like to use the best of both. We then go up these
You're
steps.
pulled out, are you? Yeah. We're going to watch a bit more of it and then I'd see what the time is and see what we do, because if it was Twitch, I'd just jump on the game after this, but because we're here, I'm feeling like I can't even see where my stream is. Where's my stream? There we go. An hour 42. You know, I'm doing a bit of a show about this now, and I just happen to be doing it. So, but I am a bit pulled out. I'm appalled at the moment, though. Like, bear in mind, if you turned up to this, like, and you'd paid any proper money, you'd be angry. Like, £40 a night, £50 a night, it looks different on the thing on the Airbnb. What's this? But if you pay £10 a night, and this is as advertised, and you're in a former communist country like Bulgaria, then this is what you've got for your money. I'm imagining the room's going to be a bit shabby, but it's going to look like a room that I would have stayed in Poland. Have done. Like, it's just not going to be the worst thing in the world, is it? You're behind a secure door, and you've got a toilet that you can use, but your room's going to be a little room. Like, you want to go out and get drunk, mate, and then head back later and just get your head down room. Like.
So my room is just through here, and my friend reckons they've literally just rented an office.
I mean, his friend from Bulgaria doesn't like me either, so I'm agreeing that maybe it's a bit shabby. Fair enough.
I stuck a few beds in there, so you come to this area here.
But it does look like an office. What I'm most surprised in is how have you made this mistake yourself?
Okay. There's a few little doors along here.
Like, if you don't like this, why are you here?
There's a downstairs bit. And I'm pretty sure I can hear the electric. Now, this is my room. Just here.
I wouldn't like the glass door, yeah.
No curtains. You can literally see right through it.
And again, also, right, I would have to, if I was in a situation where I was on a budget, and I have been before, I'd put up with it, yeah? Like, if I don't like it and I want to go to the luxury hotel instead, I'd go to the luxury hotel. I don't know how much I would shit on it on a TikTok. Especially as it's your own choice to be there. The one I looked at in Malta was worse than this. It really was. It looked like a murder place. It literally had like stone beds and like, yeah, no windows in the window frames. But this is just a room. Okay.
Are you ready?
Are we ready? Am I ready?
This is my room, guys. Let's shut the door. Let's get a bit of privacy.
I haven't seen this before. I don't know what's going to happen.
This is my room. Okay, this is literally my room, guys.
Yeah.
Somehow, in this tiny space, they've managed to fit 2 beds in.
Yeah.
There's like a random chair here.
It does just look like an office room. Yeah, yeah.
Guy was like as well, this is your window. Now, this does not look like a window to me, guys. Okay, it's actually broke. It's just like a flap in the wall.
It's a ventilation fan. The guy was like, this is your window. They've seen him coming, haven't they?
Like, this is your heating. So there's like this box.
This box, do you not know what that is? It's an air-powered storage heater, isn't it? Like, it's an air-powered, one of those little heater fans. This box. Like my bedroom when I was a kid at my dad's house, when he first moved in there, before it got properly renovated, didn't have... like obviously you want central heating in most properties, even when I was a kid, but like, you know, it didn't have central heating, and I had one of those fan boxes in, and it got a bit cold sometimes, so I'd put on the fan box. Like... Yeah.
And an ashtray, so I guess people have been smoking in here. It does...
Oh, he doesn't like the smoking, yeah? It's £10 a night, and you booked it.
Well, a nice radio, if I want to listen to some tunes in the night. Some conkers. Oh, what is this? This looks like a bottle of wee.
Fair play, it looks like someone's left a piss bottle in there.
I don't even want to know what's in there. That is possibly a bottle of wee.
He's touched it. Oh, I knew we were in for some comedy at some point. I knew it was going to cheer up. Of course, it's a bottle of weed. No one wants to go and use the toilet.
I've got some alcohol gel in my bag. I'm going to be disinfecting my hands any second.
Oh, he's funny about things, isn't he, as well? Listen, I wouldn't want to pick up other people's wee bottles either, but like, you just, you know, disinfecting everything now because I've touched the wee. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, this is the room, guys. To
be honest, what it is, you want to get the mattresses up. He's not worldly wise at all. You want to forget all of that bollocks, and you want to get the mattresses up and just look for any signs of bed bugs. You want to see if there's any, like, you know, literal bugs between the cracks of the bed frame and where the wood cracks, and turn the mattress, and you want to have a look at that. And then you probably don't, because if you do, you're not going to sleep there. But like the mattress itself, like, that's what you want to be, that's the thing that you're interested in. And what I would do if I was him, if you're only going to spend £10 a night on the room, is I'd get a nice sleeping bag, and I wouldn't even get in the bed. I'd just be in the sleeping bag on top, yeah? You can get that because you've got £10 a room. This is what you get for £10 a room in Bulgaria and in places. And like, I've been on a stag do, and like, you know, everyone's room was like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what you get for £10 a night. I'm thinking he didn't even book this to sleep in it, even though he told us the story about how he did, because he can't be that stupid, can he? Like, I'm thinking, isn't it possible that he booked a nice place and then just bought the £10 room to make a TikTok? It might be that. Could be that. I'd do that. Not this.
I'm going to pack up my stuff and get the hell out of here.
I'd like him to see him make a career out of being pretentious about shitty rooms, going around booking shitty rooms and being pretentious about them. That'd be cool.
So yeah, not the best place.
No, what you should have done is stayed there so you toughen up a bit.
The area itself is really nice. I'm right next to the beach. It's not too far away.
It's just a hostel next to the beach, isn't it? Like a youth hostel-y sort of place, like a, you know, cheap rooms hostel place next to the beach. Like, how many people have, like a YMCA or whatever, like, you know, £10 a room, like.
There's loads of shops about, loads of places to get food from, so I am in quite a good location.
Nice one in chat, running a book about how many times the word guys is mentioned. Do you have to count, though?
I don't think I'm going to be able to hack
He looks scared, do you think? Like, why would he be scared? There's no one there. He does look a bit, though. He doesn't think, that's what it is all over. He doesn't think he can hack it. Now, I don't mind if you don't want to stay there, nor do I. But I can hack it. fucking hell. And I'm not Mr. Big Tuffy. I've worked on the roofs for a 6-month period before I decided to become a hairdresser instead. I'm not Mr. Tuffy, but I can fucking hack it. You can hack it. We can all hack it. We'll get some beers. We'll go out for a drink. We'll come back. We'll play cards. We'll just sleep in the fucking room that's got a lock on it and just wake up tomorrow and move on. Like, hack it. Hack it. Hack it. You've slept in a tent by the M40 for 6 months. You can hack that. What's he scared of? Like, I think it is that he's scared, isn't it? I think he thinks this is unsafe in some way. Or I think it might be the uncleanliness of it. Like, I think it might be the idea that there's no maid coming around to do the cleaning, you know? And that it might... And I wouldn't like that. Like I said, I'd check the bed for bed bugs. I'd be finicky about certain things that are like, you know, actual things that you want to be finicky about. And the cleanliness of the mattress and stuff. Like, I'm not going to like that, am I? But worst case scenario, I'll put a towel down and just sleep. Like, you're probably not going to catch chlamydia off the mattress, are you? Like, but not being able to hack it. This reminds me of school as well and cub camp and stuff. And he's an experienced outdoorsman, isn't he? So maybe this doesn't apply to him. But sometimes, you know, when you go camping at school or stuff, and like, you have to hack it a bit, don't you? Because it's not like, you know, you go on that away day thing with school, and like you have to sleep in some dormitory somewhere. Like, I've slept in loads of places on trips, fencing trips as well. We went on I used to be doing fencing. Very pretentious myself, but we'd go on, like, you know, there'd be like 16 of us or 20 of us going on a trip. You can't just get the nice Hilton hotel, and you'd go in the hostels, you'd go in the youth hostels and places. Like, I've slept in loads of places that are like that in the UK. Like, there was no bottle of piss.
This one tonight. I'm tempted to stay here for one night and then go.
Yeah, do that.
I just don't really know. I don't really know what to do, guys. But yeah. This is my luxurious stay in Bulgaria.
It's not supposed to be luxurious. You're down the rapids.
Let me know what you guys think.
I just think it looks like a reasonably tidy... It doesn't even look dirty, to be honest. Like, if you turn the mattresses and showed me there's problems, yeah. But if it's clean... And when I say clean, I don't mean bottle of piss clean. I mean, if it's just not dirty... Like, you know, if it's clean, it's just a room. It's £10 a night. It's by the beach. I'm sure loads of people have had a great time there. It's what you make of it. And what you've made of it is a massive drama.
Do you stay here, or would you be getting the hell out of here? Also, the bed wasn't even made. I don't think they've even changed the bed. I reckon someone else has slept in that as well. I've got a big feeling about that.
Yeah, you know, that's a fair comment, maybe, but...
Yeah, this is it, guys. This is it. Welcome to Bulgaria. So, I have come...
That's his most... That he pinned that. This is him all over as well, isn't it? He pinned that. Welcome to Bulgaria, where the poor live cheap.
Guys, there's something pretty crazy is going on right now.
These are his pinned ones.
Currently 2 AM and I'm in Kaunas, the second largest city in Lithuania, and I couldn't find a hotel last night. I could only find a hostel. Everything was fully booked, and there's been a guy in the hostel. He's been making loads of noise. He's been acting really weird, and about 15 minutes ago
This is what I was saying. Like, these things happen in the world, and this is what this trip is supposed to have done to him. It's supposed to have helped him to see a bit of the... Like, he's so sheltered, and he's so coddled, and he's so afraid of the world. I mean, I wouldn't like this either, and nor would you, but that's what it's like in a hostel. Like, that's what it's like in every hostel all the time, isn't it? That's why you want to go in a hotel, but, like, the people in the chat put, please be safe. Please be safe. Like... I'm a bit in two minds about this one, because I would personally choose to stay in the hotel. But if you're personally choosing to stay in the hostel, I would also just suck it up and stay in the hostel. You might make a bit of a dramatic TikTok over it, I suppose, or whatever, but someone was loud in the hostel. Let's see what happens. Maybe there was a big... Like, it's a 3-minute TikTok, so let's see if it kicks off proper. Like, have you not been in situations where shit's kicked off? In the hostel, in the fucking travel lodges in the UK are just like this, aren't they? People running up and down the corridors. You know, someone having a Barney. Like, what? Maybe it's scarier because it's Bulgaria. Maybe someone gets really, you know, maybe it gets really dark. But we'll see.
he was banging about and he left the hostel, and I don't know what the hell's gone on. I've got out of bed, he's left his bag and his shoes by the door, and I've literally just seen 10 police cars. They're all parked up round here. You can see them.
This
with their
time he's
lights
actually
on.
filmed it, but he's at a very safe distance.
and loads of armed officers. They literally ran through here like a SWAT team. They
I mean,
run
bless
over
him,
to...
he's a little soft lad, isn't he? So, like, he's out there on his own in Bulgaria, or is he with a friend? I don't know. But he's out there on his own in Bulgaria. This could, you know, seem quite worrying. And if you have a bit of an anxiety issue, like, you know, you can actually get quite anxious about this, I suppose. But this is the whole point of it, isn't it? Like, and this is when he said he's been to some pretty dangerous places. This is the dangerous places. And it's not the dangerous places. It's quite a nice place in Bulgaria by the beach where there's quite a reasonable hostel and someone makes a bit of noise and they get arrested or whatever. I don't know what even's happened. Let's carry on.
The train station. So I really want to go investigate. I kind of want to see what's happening, but I am just not sure if I'm going to get arrested or shot myself.
Well, obviously you're not going to get shot or arrested, are you? So you might shit yourself, but you're not going to get shot yourself. And arrested is off the cards, isn't it? Because you haven't done any crimes. Like, why would the police arrest you?
We'll go for a little walk. We'll see what's happening.
Okay.
No, I am
super worried about this. I was going to say, I think he's going to have a look because he's worried. That's what I was going to say, is because he needs, like, he can't just lie there and think he doesn't know what's happening, because then it's open and anything could happen. So he wants to go and get confirmation from the police that this bad man has been arrested and he can go to bed. And do you know what I mean? I think he needs to he needs to know, like, it's troubling him now. Or maybe he just thinks this is good content, but...
I'm super worried about this, I'll be honest. I don't know how police are in other countries. Yeah, they can literally see me. They're all parked up over here.
Well, of course they can see you. Just walk over to them and be like, hola! What's this guy done? I'm in the hostel. Yeah, do you want to hear from me? I was in the bed in the hostel. I've just dropped my reefer. Ah, Scotty, Chuffy. Get that on your pipe and smoke it. Got it. What's wrong with just walking confidently over to the police and saying, hello, I'm in the hostel, what's going on?
With all their lights. I tell you what, let's try walk around the other way.
Why?
I have to be careful because I've left the door open.
What?
But let's have a little look. It is quite a dodgy area, I'll be honest.
How do you know that?
One thing I have noticed about Lithuania is loads of people going through the bins late at night.
Homeless people.
So I guess there's quite a lot of poverty here.
Yeah, poverty and homelessness, yeah. Like, welcome to Central and Eastern Europe, yeah.
Still. Round here you can see the train. It's parked up ready for the morning. And that's ready to go off at 5 AM to Vilnius, which is where I've just come from.
So you've got off the train and you've gone in the hostel. Like, it's not that dangerous, is it? You're just right there by the train station. The police are over there, so you don't need to be super cautious, because if anything happens right now, you can shout, hey, and the police can hear and see you.
Be super, super cautious walking around here.
Well, they're bears. I think, listen though, I think he does have to be more cautious, because I think if something happened, I feel like again, I'm having to reflect on what I would do. Maybe you should reflect on what you would do. I've got my street smarts on me in situations like this, and if a couple of unruly people came over and like, oh, and whatever in Bulgarian, you know, I'd have my jacket zipped up and I'd be like, oh, all right, yeah. Like, I don't think I'd like worry that I was going to get murdered on every corner, but you'd have your street smarts, you know, you'd be aware and whatever. But I don't think he has got that. So, like, now what?
Okay,
but just because it's dark and you don't know what's going on doesn't mean that it's like, oh, gunshots now. Gunshots. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're not... This isn't Baltimore, is it? It's Bulgaria. And I don't know if this proves or doesn't prove. I don't know where he is even to prove it, but like, he's not necessarily in gangland. He's just by the train station.
That sounded like gunshots or something.
I didn't hear gunshots.
I don't know if you guys could hear that.
No.
I don't want to go too far. But yeah, let's have a little look round here.
It's an empty train station.
Around the other part of the station, you just go around that corner and you get round there a bit more. But guys, I tell you what, we're gonna have to leave this one for tonight. I don't feel too safe going around there. I don't know what the hell's going on, and these guys are literally moving like a SWAT team. So I think we'll leave that one for tonight. I'm gonna get back into bed. I've got about 3 hours before I need to catch a bus and move on to another city. So hopefully it'll be alright, but yeah, you can...
Is he just doing an overnighter? He's got woken up by the police doing something and he's scared shitless, so I made a video about it. But like, the police could be doing anything. They could be shooting a terrorist. I don't know. We don't know because you haven't found out.
See them all down here.
It's so vague, isn't it? So much of his content is just so vague. Like, hey guys, I'm a bit worried. It's dark. I'm a bit worried there. That one got pinned. Like, you're allowed 3 pinned. And the 3 pinned ones are, that hotel room is bad. I'm scared it's dark. And this one.
So I think I've been scammed a little. I am in room 119.
And this is just classic idiocy. I don't know why he'd put this on the internet.
There is definitely not a room 119. 114. 116. 118.
Do you know it's a pattern?
120.
So the numbers went 116, 118, sorry, 114, 116, 118, 120. Do you know it's a pattern? Where do you think room 119 is?
But there is definitely not a room that's 119.
Because these are all the even numbers. In some places, they segregate the even numbers and the odd numbers into different corridors. Have you not been around anywhere? Have you just freshly been born?
What is going on, guys? What is going on? I've been scammed. This is an absolute nightmare.
As you'd expect, it is, of course, an absolute nightmare. And he's going to return to reception to have this figured out for him.
Definitely going back to reception right now.
Complain.
The mysterious case of room 19. It's like that Stephen King film where the room like disappears and stuff and you can't find it.
I don't know what film that is because I can't remember. Behind him here is a big thing on the wall with pictures and numbers that tell you where the numbered rooms are. You can't quite see it because you walk past it, but...
We found it! We found it! Turns out this is not a scam. There is actually a room 119.
Odd numbers.
Odd numbers, definitely.
Odd numbers.
Look at this place.
Odd numbers, definitely. When the guy said odd numbers, he meant we're looking for the numbers that end in odd numbers. But I think he heard it and thought he meant strange numbers. Stephen King. Strange numbers. I don't think he clocked it. I don't think he clocked that because I don't think he's very bright.
Don't worry, I have made sure that we have twin beds. Going back to reception right now. The mysterious
Like, I'll play that again. When he says odd numbers, get your, you give me your impression of whether you think he understands what the guy means by odd numbers.
Case of room 19. It's like that Stephen King film where the room like disappears and stuff and you can't find it.
Found it.
We found it! We found it!
Over here.
Turns out this is not a scam. There is actually a room 119.
Odd numbers.
Odd numbers, definitely.
Odd numbers.
Look at this place.
Definitely.
Don't worry, I have made
Those numbers are odd, definitely. He's got to touch the David Beckhams about him. No.
sure that we have twin beds, so Emmanuel cannot be touching me in the night.
Emmanuel cannot be touching me in the night.
I can always touch.
No, mate, none of that, mate. Let's see if the key works.
Let's just get that clear publicly before we get into the room, Emmanuel. There's not going to be any of that gay shit going on.
Let's go. See you guys soon.
Okay, guys, I proved it publicly on TikTok. No, that's his greatest hits that are still pinned. And this does show an awful naivety as well, doesn't it? I mean, somehow that's got 1.3 million views. Yeah, London Life. Somehow this has got 700,000. This one's got 700,000. I think it's helped that his recent TikToks have got a lot of views. And when you go to his TikTok page, that's the pinned ones, yeah? But would you not remove those as your pinned TikToks and replace them with a really good overview of, hi, my name's Paul. I mean, I'm giving him tips here. I'm giving him tips. And this is what he should have been doing on his day off. Is doing a TikTok that says, hi, my name's Paul. You might know me because I'm out in Masca searching for Jay Slater. This is the number to call for Jay Slater. My search has recently included these areas. Stay tuned on this TikTok for more because I'll be doing X, Y, Z. Wouldn't that be a good pinned TikTok? Instead of that. It gets my tits. It gets my tits. Can you make TikTok search by oldest? Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Okay. Prepare thyselves.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm currently in the New Forest National Park. It is one of our 15 national parks in the UK. We've got
this is where it started on the TikTok forum, yeah?
10 in England.
Someone's put in the comments, you should be a Springwatch presenter. And that's exactly what I said, isn't it? That's exactly what I said. This comment, top comment, you should be a Springwatch presenter. And this is from way back, 3 likes. You know, this is from when no one gave a shit. Who is this? It's a woman who's got a horse, or has had a photograph with a horse. I'd have thought when you do a TikTok, you should be talking.
Hello, work? Yes, I'm afraid I can't come back in tomorrow. Because I have a new life now.
Doing a few I don't know what, you know, I don't know anything about it. I just wondered, like, does she work in the media or something? Because, like, you know, is she a plant? Like, is she there to suggest this so that we all get the same idea and then he gets a job on the fucking thing? Maybe not, I'm joking. But, like, she thinks he should be a presenter on Springwatch. And that's what I think is, like, it's about media perception in the media, isn't it? It's about, well, it is, isn't it? It's about perception in the media.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And if he can sort of, like, create this persona, which he's fucking dashed up the wall now, because we all can see that he's a total fucking, you know, everything he's done in the last two days, he's dashed it all up the wall. But I think he was trying to create this, like, this is like a show reel. His TikTok is his show reel, and he's going to try and use it to leverage a position into the media because he thinks he should be a presenter, because a presenter's an easy thing to do, and he hasn't had much success doing other stuff. I really think that, you know, I really think that. That's not his mum. No, I know who. I assume I know who his mum is by following up the business interests that are connected. And as I said, what I think is his mom is a media producer who is the producer of a TV film and connected to stuff on Radio 4, I believe. And his dad is a writer working with the BBC in his history. Like, you know, their media, BBC, you know, sort of people that have produced this guy. And he's gone to university and I think done computer science, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what he's done. I'm assuming he's gone to university and then done a bit of travel. He hasn't managed to do anything in his life, has he? So it feels like, you know, the leveraging him into a position where he's got a media job on the telly in some way would be really good for him, because then they can relax. And I feel for them a bit, but then they can relax because then he's got a fucking job. And, like, you know, I expect they are a bit worried about him going around doing whatever the fuck he's doing. But, you know, that's the sort of backstory that I've seen on the history there, but I don't know him. I'm not being critical of that as well. I really want to point this out. If someone's born into affluence, like, that's great. Lucky them. Like, look at Eddie Hearn. He says this. Eddie Hearn says he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, but he turned the silver spoon gold. Now, I still think you've got an obligation to understand your place in the world, show some humility, and do the same amount, if not more, work than other people who don't get the offers and advantages. But with Paul, I just think he's not got a lot to offer, you know, not got a lot to offer. I haven't seen a lot of that anyway yet.
Currently in the New Forest National Park.
I even know people who work in the television who've been presenters and done presenting, and there's a lot of work that goes into that, and it's not the easy job you think it is. And I don't think there's many people who would look at him and think, this is my media product, this is the person who's going to spearhead it. I want him to be up front. Like, he's an Alan Partridge, he's a liability. So I will enjoy it if he has a media career, because I can watch it and laugh about it. But he is a liability, and if I was doing something, I'd want him on the project as far as I want Richard Hammond on Top Gear, as well as I want Jeremy Clarkson, because I want him in my team to make a balance. I think me, him and Luke make really funny content, but you need me in it to sort of point out what the fuck's going on. Like, you can't just have him fucking it up from the front.
Of our 15 national parks in the UK. We've got 10 in England, 3 in Wales, and then 2 in Scotland. And it is one of my favourites.
But you see, if you're a presenter of something like Newsround and you just read the script and you turn up on time, like, how badly can you fuck that up? But then, you know, we're talking about a life of a partridge here, aren't we?
It is full of ancient woodlands and wetlands and boglands.
Like, he really is like Junior Alan Partridge in so many ways.
It was created about 1,000 years ago by William I, and it was mainly used as a hunting ground.
I think even Alan Partridge would be really cross at the nepotism that appears to be shown him on his approach to the media in the Jay Slater case, because Isla said that he was a TikToker, but all the other TikTokers were bad, but this one was good. And he's not. He's just like all the others.
and it's about,
if not worse.
566 kilometers squared. So it's not quite as big as the Lake District. The Lake District is the biggest national park we've got, and that, I think that's about 2,300 kilometers squared.
You don't have to walk around while you talk.
But yeah, it's a really cool place.
The swaying, the moving the camera, every time I see it, I'm going to call it out because I have to, because it just does that's my pet hate.
And you always see these
Shaky cam bollocks.
wild horses about. They are really well
We didn't get a good look at them, did we?
looked after. Obviously they are wild and they do what they want, but once a year the vet comes down and they gather all the horses and they, you know, do checks on them and give them antibiotics or injections or whatever's needed.
Once a year, the vet comes down and gives them all antibiotics. I'm pausing it so you can see the horses because it'll swing round again. But don't worry, once a year, the vet comes down and gives them antibiotics.
So they are looked after really, really well. But yeah, it's just a really nice place and just wanted to share it with you guys, so yeah.
It's nice. There's nothing offensive about that. You know, we can laugh about it because it's a bit fey or whatever, but there's nothing offensive about it, is there? And that's where I think he's okay. Like, do that, be that, but please don't expect to have a lifetime career in media because this is just your little videos off your holidays. Like, you're not a media presenter, you're a twerp. But that's his oldest one, so he'll obviously improve over time. But you've seen his recent stuff as well, hasn't changed much.
So it's actually quite rough at the moment out on the lake. It's quite windy. I can't control the boat, but we're just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I do get seasickness, and I haven't taken any seasickness pills. I remember going out on my uncle's yacht, and
I'm giving him... Listen, I'm really trying hard not to berate him for being posh because I don't think it's his fault if he's born into privilege. But I don't remember going out on my uncle's yacht because my fucking uncle doesn't have a fucking yacht. These are, like, if these people are the people that get the jobs in the telly, like... You can get smaller boats and you can still call them a yacht. I mean, maybe... Don't know why I'm defending him. Don't know why I'm attacking him. I'm not doing either. It's just, you know, his uncle's yacht. You can all think what, you know, you can all... You know what we're talking about, don't you? I get seasick. I should have took the tablets. Nightmare, guys. Hey, guys, it's an absolute nightmare, guys. Bearing in mind, look at his brand new life jacket as well. And his brand new North Face. Like you go out into the wilds and you haven't got a scuff on you. It's boat time on Lake Windermere. Listen, when I was younger on my uncle's yacht, I used to get seasickness, something awful. But we used to get the butler to take me downstairs and really clean it off my... I used to be sick down my top, and then I used to get the butler... I'm wearing my PJs today, so I'm dressed like a kid. I'm wearing my PJs, well, my joggers, you know, dressed up. But I didn't have my butler clean my... I'm being too harsh there, my butler and stuff. But you know where we're coming from, aren't you? Like, you're all hearing it. You're all hearing it. My uncle's yacht. Fucking hell, I didn't realise.
Down, and I do get seasickness.
I assume that, like, because I've seen people who live a relatively privileged life, you know, and had friends who are relatively well off. Like, if your parents, like, I don't really want to comment on any particular person because it sounds like harsh, but like, you know, they've got really good jobs and really good companies and quite high up and stuff, and they live in £1 million houses and have a really nice affluent lifestyle. But it doesn't turn them completely into this. Like, completely, like, and it is another level up to be like, you know, my uncle's yacht, isn't it, in this way? Like, it's very Pims and Wimbledon, isn't it, or whatever. It just, like, what are we doing? I think the ladies that like him might be that sort of type as well, that sort of Pimbers and Wimbledon type, you know, that see nothing wrong with this being a sort of way of being. And there isn't anything, like, it's really interesting because I'm putting him on Not to Watch, but it's a totally different angle, isn't it? And like, I don't really, like I said, I don't think it's fair to criticise people who are born into privilege because, you know, so what? You're born into poverty, you're born into privilege. It's not your fault, but it's how you handle yourself and carry yourself with it, isn't it?
And I haven't.
Like, he seems to just be this archetypal public schoolboy, doesn't he? And then again, the thing is, he's looked at all those people be really successful on the internet. Like, you know, you look at some of the most successful YouTubers and TikTokers that all the young kids have looked up to over the last 10 years, and they've been pretty privileged, a lot of them. Like, it's a funny old world, isn't it?
I haven't taken any seasickness pills.
He should become an MP. He should become an MP. That's what he should do. He should be a Conservative MP. That's where he'd fit in. Don't you think? Like, he's the perfect... He really fits that mould.
Control the boat, but we're just going up and down, up and down, up and down, and I do get seasickness, and I haven't taken any seasickness pills.
Doesn't Nav said that? Doesn't he just remind you of like exactly like an MP?
Remember going out on my uncle's yacht, and I felt so ill. It was a much bigger, much more expensive yacht than this little boat, but I'm feeling it, and yeah. Next time, remind me to take my seasickness tablets.
Just drop the fact that the yacht's big and expensive as well in there. No, I don't know. Like, part of me's laughing, part of me's giving him a break because, like I said, I don't think it's fair to say you're born into privilege, therefore you're a bad person. Like, but I really don't think he's taken that privilege and had the experience in life to really understand. When I say his position in it, being born into that affluent lifestyle doesn't make you a good person, and it doesn't mean that you deserve things, and it doesn't mean that like, you know, there's none of that. It's just, you're just lucky in that way, and then your position should, in my opinion, because I've had a lot of privilege myself, I've had a lot of fortune and luck, and I'm not in a, you know, difficult position, and so I believe that I should share that good fortune with others, isn't it? Like, he's gone out and looked for Jay, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, like, it's about charitable acts, and it's about seeing the other side of life, and like not turning your nose up at the horrible thing in Bulgaria because do people sleep in beds like this? You know, he really feels like it's turning. I've really tried to refrain from dissing him for being a snob, basically, but like, yeah, he's quite thick, isn't he? But yeah, like, you get, you know, we're seeing the nicest side of him as well. Hey guys, all right guys. But when you see the little tantrum now, when you saw the tantrum when he take my name off the list, like, you see the tantrum now, don't you? Like, I wonder if his name's been on the list. I imagine him walking up to the bouncers at the club and say, you know, is my name on the list? Right, move out the way, I'm not coming. You know, like, there's a lot of this sort of like, with the privilege, when things are going well comes the nice cocky smile, but when things aren't going so well comes the sort of tantrum, and that's where you see the worst side of this, isn't it? The fact he can't hack it. I've got a unibrow. Anyway, look, the yacht comment was a surprise to me there, because doesn't he realise that he's on social media, and that in general is going to make people sort of, but then again, maybe amongst a certain set it doesn't. Maybe it's worth dropping and showing off about the yacht, you know, amongst a certain set that, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you are a Tory MP and you're hanging out with the other Tories, like, oh, daddy's yacht doesn't sound so bad, does it? It just sounds good. It's a really weird one, that, for me. What a thing to find. Uncle's yacht. And it's not his yacht, it's not his parents' yacht, but it's Uncle's yacht. So, again, you can't say because his uncle's got a yacht, he's a posh boy. But the way he behaves...
What's up, guys? If you're ever by the beach or by the lock and you see something that looks like this, just pick it up and toss it back into the water, because what that is...
Should you touch it with your hands?
That's a jellyfish. They're over 600 million years old. There's over 300,000 different species of them. They're 98% water and they have no brain. They're really cool. And if
there's
we
all the Wikipedia facts.
Them out here, they're just going to dry up.
I don't know if that one would have dried up in that marsh. Like, it might have been beached a little bit on that kelp, but like, as the sea level might have risen, it might have just become in the water again. Like, it doesn't look like a particularly hot or dry day, but I get what he's saying. You know, a beach jellyfish belongs in the sea.
And that's not what we want.
Is there another one?
So,
yeah, if there's another one under all that kelp, I'm thinking that they just survive there when they're beached, because the kelp's going to be under the water as well when the sea comes up, isn't it? And I'm thinking they just survive in the kelp, don't they?
the one over here.
Like, otherwise, you're going to spend all day combing the beach for jellyfish, which are going to be abundant amongst all this kelp, aren't they? And are you supposed to touch them with your jumpered hand? Is that the top tip? Is that how it works? Do this now, it says at the top. I've cut it off, but Scotland, it reminds me very Lukey, the do this now. Desperate to be, like, you know, seen on social media again. Like, does he? I think he thought this would get, like, you know, maybe this one could go viral. I found a jellyfish, you know, save the jellyfish, do this now. Like, there's a sense of this whole, but again, I think there's also a sense of this, having grown up on a diet of social media himself. You know, this might be the sort of language he expects to see on a video. Like, so the ones he watches say that, so why doesn't he put that on his video as well? You know what I mean? Like, the sensationalism of it. Like,
See, and we'll just toss it back in nice and gently. Fun fact of the day, how cool. What's up, guys? If you're ever
him and a jellyfish.
pretty high up right now,
Should ask Luke about that. No, you are a bit higher up, but like, you're making it look weird by the way you're moving the phone around. It looks like a normal sort of climbable. Like, you're making it look more weird by moving your phone around.
pretty high up right now.
Pretty high up right now. I think there are other people around as well. So this one's a bit of a weird one.
Pretty high up right now.
Pretty high up right now is all he says in it. I think he's trying to show you the landscape and stuff, and he still hasn't got it into. I mean, he'll never, over a course of a year. This is a year ago. This is 2022. This is 2 years ago, right? He still hasn't learned in 2 years to hold the phone still. So I can pause it and I can see the landscape and how high up and far away and stuff. But if you keep wobbling it around, you can't. Does he not see his own videos? Like, is he not able to see this? But this one's almost like art, because it's just like, he just says pretty high up now, and then he just moves around and then it's gone. It's almost like art. It's just like pretty high up now.
Pretty high up right now.
This is Bristly Ridge Scree. I don't know where the fuck it is. Of course it's Britain, yeah. North Wales. Pretty high up though. That's your mountain climbing experience. That's part of the mountain climbing experience. Put it in the book. Pretty high up.
Secret lake hidden in Mount
Snowdonia. This one he hasn't narrated himself. Well, we've got a much better shot, but again, you don't need to move the camera slowly across it. Just stand fucking still. If you want to show people panoramas, flip it onto the side, do YouTube videos. Maybe this is, again, maybe I'm making a mistake here. Maybe this is what the TikTok generation do, but it's loud as well. I've got the filter on to make it loud, because the others were quiet, but... He has been up Snowdonia. I would say that counts as a mountain. Listen, I would say going up Snowdonia counts as a mountain, and clearly he's done it as part of a group, yeah? I hope. I would say that it counts as a mountain. I don't say it counts him as a mountaineering expert, because every one of us can go and walk up Snowdonia, and whilst it be precarious and difficult at times, and maybe there are people that, you know, might, you know, you need to be reasonably fit maybe, but ultimately, you can all do it. You can achieve it. It's not out of your it's maybe out of your comfort zone as a normal human being, and I'm saying this, like, I would say the elderly, and like, if you've got a heart condition, and you know, if you've never climbed, maybe you could get into trouble, so be careful. But as a proper day out with other people, you might find it tough at times, but I think it's a big climb and you can do it. But I don't think it gives you the like, there's no badge you can then wear to say I am now a mountaineering expert. And obviously he's been on other mountains, and it's not fair to just say that just because of Snowdonia, but this is the style of mountaineering expertise he has. And the other mountains that we see him going on, because I've seen a few of them, like, be they in Poland or Bulgaria, I don't care, they're the same sort of thing. They're hiking trails that are on mountains, and you don't have to have a set of kit an extensive background or any real expertise to achieve this. But good on you for going up there. Fair enough.
Secret lake hidden in mountains.
What's up, guys? So I was driving back to the campsite and I came across this sign, and it was for this place, and it said strawberry, blackberry and raspberry picking. So I've come in, and yeah, it's amazing. The air literally stinks of strawberries. It's such a nice smell. But behind me you can see loads and loads and loads of strawberries. I've got 2 baskets, each one holds about 1 kilogram, so I'm gonna try fill a couple up, and then I've got something tasty to munch on. But yeah, they grow loads of different things here. So yeah, I'm gonna go fill up a basket. But it's been quite a few years since I've done this. It does bring back memories of doing this with my nan, like at the weekends and stuff during summertime.
See, what I think this is, again, I think it might even be the case that someone has told him to practice your presenting by doing TikToks. Because usually if you're going to go out as a social media person and film this, you film the fucking strawberries. Like, you go around with your phone and you film shots of you picking strawberries. If it's just you on your own, you know, your hand, oh, there's a good one, oh, it's me eating one, and you edit that together in a little reel. Even as a newbie on social media, it's the first thing you think of, isn't it? Put some music, edit a reel, me picking strawberries, bit of fun, you know, and then your big basket of strawberries goes on the thing. There's my strawberries. He's not interested in any of that. He's interested in talking to you on the camera and explaining what he is. Him, me. I'm doing pricking strawberries, me. There's no strawberries in my fucking punnet, but I'm here, me, me, and I've got a memory in me, and it's about becoming comfortable in front of camera and talking to the camera in a way. Maybe as an exercise so that he can push for a presenter position, or maybe just because he's that. I mean, I'm doing it at times. I'm talking about myself on the internet. We're all doing it on the internet a bit, aren't we? Look at my dinner, look at the thing I've been and done, you know, welcome to Facebook. He's grown up in that environment, so I just think there's a very narcissistic edge to this. Strawberry picking in the New Forest is about him and not the strawberries. I don't even see a strawberry on the video.
Times, yeah, the smells so good, it's going to taste so good. Nice.
But maybe that's like a vloggy sort of up. Does you want a canoe? You get kicked in the head by a horse here. I don't know about this. They're wild horses. I don't know if he's gone over there or if they've approached him, but he doesn't seem on edge. I would feel more on edge there than I would in the Bulgarian bedroom, you know. What a shouting chat there. Shouts out Everest. Could you imagine if he came across Jay's body? Yeah. What would he even do? I imagine he'd be sick. Oh my god, guys. Oh, like that. I imagine he'd react like that. Oh my god, guys, an actual nightmare. I saw a dead body. Or would he be in like, oh guys, look, it's because it's not really him that's dead. Someone else that's dead. Oh my god, guys, look, it's one of these poor people, these dead poor people. Oh, have you got a stick to poke it with? It might not be dead. How do you know if a poor person's dead? Like, do you know what I'm really dramatically surprised is that Jay's parents, who probably aren't as well off as his fucking parents, are giving him money. Isn't that insane? All the people that did the crowdfund and all that, and like his uncle's boat, sorry, his uncle's yacht. Like, I would imagine if you like just look behind the scenes that Jay's parents probably don't have as much money as his parents. And if someone wants to bankroll the search, like, it seems fucking weird that the general public and the crowdfund and Jay's parents are bankrolling this guy. John says, I think he might surprise you in regards to that. What, finding the body? You think he might find it? Might well do. Or just being tough. Shouts out, John, anyway, yeah. Like, I thought, like, today's episode's a bit weird because I come on after the Super Chuffer, and I know that I want to just keep up with this, and I want to dig into this, and it's on my mind. I want to do it. Like, I want to play a computer game. I want to watch these videos and talk about them. So, but I'm not giving it such the battery exhausted not to watch. Well, hey, it's not to watch vibes a bit. I mean, it's still myself. I know I'm just me, but it's late night. You know, we're doing it like we're doing it. So I'm a bit more shell shocked in a way sometimes. Like, and what I've learned tonight about him. And I assumed it earlier, you know, privilege in certain ways, but I didn't realise the level of privilege maybe. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative if you handle it well. And I don't think he's handling it well. And I don't think the fame, the sudden rush to fame that he's got, what he perceives as, I think he feels like he's now in his rightful place in a way on telly with Isla. And I think he might fall a bit hard when that doesn't pan out the way he thinks it might, depending on how it pans out. You know, maybe he does get that job on Springwatch after all. But I worry for him is another way of describing that. But also I feel like some of the things I'm seeing here, like what I can't understand, get this, right? Jay Slater's parents, Jay Slater's clan, Jay Slater's, you know, whatever, and the people that are well into this case, what do they think about this sort of chap? Because a lot of people have said things in chat already, and his uncle's yacht and stuff, and I'm trying to really am not just trying to. I feel honestly, I wouldn't give someone a load of shit for being born poor, and I'm not going to give someone a load of shit for being born rich. And I've been and I've seen the council houses, and I've been and I've seen the mansions, and I'm in the middle somewhere. You know, I'm lucky. I consider myself really fucking lucky to not be at the hard end. But I've been and seen the hard end. As much as I've got friends, like I said, who, you know, great jobs, wonderful houses, I've been and had dinner in the kitchen without the roof on, like, you know, around my other friend's house when they've been having hard times and they haven't been able to get the roof fixed or whatever. Like, you know, I've lived all the life. I've seen it all. And I'm quite happy going up my local pub on the council estate as I am going up a posh restaurant. You know, I can sit in both worlds. And I don't feel a sense of aggression towards either world. I don't think because you're from a council estate you're a scummy chav piece of shit, and I don't think because you're from a Eton or whatever public school you probably went. I don't think because your parents are, you know, TV producers and you're you know, whatever this is, you're a piece of shit by merit of being privileged. I think it's how you handle all those things that's most important, and I think most of us, all of us probably, and I will fall into this more than anyone sometimes, I've been in a position, well, more than, you know what I mean, like, we've all been in a situation where we've probably thrown our egg around, like, and acted a bit bolshy, and we've all been in a situation where, like, our own sense of, like, because we live in the West, and we're lucky, like, I want to see the manager, I'm not putting up with this, or whatever, you know, I'm sure we've all, like, overstepped that line a little bit, and those of us that are more fortunate have probably, at some point, been ignorant of our privilege maybe, and those of us that are less fortunate probably look at this anyway and just think, what the fuck. I'm basically saying that looking at this guy, I'm surprised at the level of support from Jay Slater's family, because if they look at this guy, what are they doing? Like, wouldn't they emotionally feel like eggy about giving him money, just on a sort of basic principle that he's lived a very privileged life and he's got loads of stuff and money. And like, whether he's got it in the bank himself now at whatever age he's at, like, every video he's wearing brand new designer outdoorsman gear, and I don't know how he afforded to go around the world. And he might have done, listen, he's got experience in programming from what I've seen. He might have written a computer game and made loads of money and put it in the bank, and like, he might have got, you know, done a good job and saved up the money and can do what he wants. If that's the case, then why does he need their money again? Now, it is a real weird thing for him to be bankrolled by somebody else like Jay Slater's family and the GoFundMe, when he himself is from this position, and having come from this position, should be in a position to sustain himself at this age. Like, it's a bit of a weird one. And then here's me, you know, thanks for the tippies, you know, so, like, but, yeah, I mean, I've run a business myself, I'm self-employed, like, I sort of pay my way. And I'm not like I said, I think I'm in the middle of society. I don't think I'm doing like fantastically rich, but I don't know what the word is here. I don't know what the right thing to say is, but I think there's a problem with him accepting that money from those people. I think he can still receive tippies. Like, I think he can still receive them. Like, people want to give them to him. That's like, people tip the lolcows, and like, you know, seriously, people tip Darkside Phil, and like, you know, tip Luke and whoever, don't they? Somebody out there would probably happily give Peter Folding a tenner. Do you know what I mean? Like, people will do what they want with their money. So it's not that. I feel like it's a bit of a sad grift though if he's in this position, and it's like, okay, well, I guess what I'm asking is, should a person who's in a position of privilege have made their own money, or be you know, using the internet to sort of grift for it? Because I think there's more of a grift going on here with the whole thing. Obviously, we've talked about it, we've seen it. You know, putting himself in front of the cameras, not being an expert, all this business. Or should everyone be on equal? Because if we're talking about equality in the world, everyone should equally be able to sort of do the same thing and receive the same judgment. You know what I mean? Like, just because you've come from wealth and privilege doesn't mean you can't go on the internet and get tips. But like, some of those people giving him that money, do they know that he, like, you know, about his uncle's yacht? Like, do you not think that it would change how people perceived him, and especially the people that were mainly interested in the like, wouldn't it change the way people perceived Jay Slater and all that? Wouldn't, like, I'm just, that has blown my mind, to be honest. Like, if you put together a show reel of his most posh moments and showed it to them, I'm sure they would be like, what the fuck is this guy doing with our money? Why isn't he giving us money? Feels like summer. He's like, no, because he's wearing his kayak gear. So yeah, there's people in the kayaks over there. He's decided to get out the kayak and come and sit here amongst the horses for his cool piece of video to look cool. And it is dangerous, and it's probably not advised.
Abandoned places.
And I think this is a phone now. I used to think it was a GoPro on a stick or something that was doing that movement, but now I kind of think it's actually his phone. And this is part of the parkour years. It's an old video that he's re-uploaded, I think. There's with all the facts before, there's no facts here. Just he went somewhere.
Lake Windermere.
It's weird that he started to take this choice to not use his voice in the videos early days, and then he's put himself back in them. Because this is more like it. This, like, again, I've criticised him so much about this camera work business. This is much better. Like, you can, if you want to show me the view on Lake Windermere, going from the boat up like this, fair enough, and then just stop at the end and just show it me. Just stop there and just show it me. Just stop there and just show it me. I'll do it. And like, if it was still a moving image, you know, you move from one thing to the thing you're looking at and you show it me. He never stops, that's the problem. But he's nearly there with this one, and he's not in it, and that's fine, because this is what the content is, the Lake Windermere view. He's said it so many times before, the views are brilliant here, guys, but you don't show me. This is actually the content. But I don't think he wants to be a cameraman, does he? He wants to be the presenter. So whilst he's done this and it's interesting, it's not that interesting to collect views on, like, there's not going to be loads of views on this, and it isn't what he, like, obviously evolved into, is it? So like, he didn't become panoramicviews.com. He hasn't got into camera work and decided to buy himself a nice lens and, you know, learn how to use it and all this. He's not that interested in the delivery of the media, the ability to translate what he's seeing with his eyes and the beauty that he sees into your experience. Like, that's not what he's really interested in, is it? Because he's decided not to bother. But this is one of his best ones. His thumb's on the lens. There. Do you remember when you were taking photos? This is funny as fuck. Do you remember do you remember back in the day when you were taking photos on the reel of film? Do you remember this, right? Back in the day, you'd take photos on a reel of film and you'd get them back, and there'd be a thumb in front of people's faces on something like, "Oh, your dad's put the thumb on the lens, and that's your Auntie Vera's covered up by the thumb on the lens." Do you remember that? His thumb's in it, so he's not that good, but you know, he's trying.
Lake Winder.
And that's a nice boat. I'm sure he doesn't own it. Well, maybe he does. Fucking hell. Camping next to Ben Nevis.
Camping next to Ben Nevis.
That's his mate there, I guess. Because he's not flying the drone yet, so... Or is it his mate that's got the drone? Because he doesn't use the drone a lot in his own work, does he? I'm a bit confused by that, because it looked like that person was just walking around. If you're flying the drone, you're holding the controller and you're standing still, you know, focused on it. There's a bike there as well. That's not him, is it? Is it?
Next to Ben Nevis.
He's not flying the drone there, is he? Like, maybe that's a learner scooter. What's the scooter doing? He does have some guts. I would do that. Were you saying I would never do that? You would never do that. You can't say I would never do it. I've walked on the ridgeline of a roof. Get fucked. I'm not scared of jumping up on high. It's stupid to do it the way he did it. The way he did it was stupid. But I could do that. Easy. You're not gonna dare me up on a roof either. I'm a roofer's son. I've been on 5-story houses. I don't care. I've carried slates bigger than the big slates. When I say slate, I mean the big ones. Big packs of big slates up on the ladders, up on the 5-story houses. I could jump from building to building. It's not going to shit me up. It's a stupid thing to do though, and I wouldn't consider doing it like a fool. And he wasn't like, it was a mistake. Let's not get into a pissing match. I'm a roofer's son. Come on. Next time we have an opportunity, I don't want to do anything foolish that could like end in my own demise. That would be foolish. It's not about bottle, that's about stupidity. There's a difference between bravery and stupidity, and what he was doing was stupid, not brave. Okay? He was up a 2-story building, jumping over a distance of an alleyway. Like, you could do that, anyone could do that. It wasn't just brave, it was stupid. And that was the easiest thing to do, jumping from a wall to wall like that. Like, see him walk on a ridgeline. You're not supposed to walk on the ridgelines. It was foolish for me to do that. I did get a little bit of a telling off, but come off it. Come on. Anyway, let's critique this even more. What's this doing here? What's this? Listen, I'm not some big toughie. I'm sitting in my room talking on the internet, not walking around on ridgelines on a day-to-day basis. I've done my time on there. I've had my crack, and I know what I'm capable of. But the lads that do it on a day-to-day basis, they do it on a day-to-day basis. And it's the same as me and Luke. Sorry, same as him and It's the same as Paul and the Mountain Rescue. He's not really a mountain rescue person. I'm not really a roofer. I'm a roofer's son. Yeah? He's a media producer's son, and he's not really a media producer. Okay? My point here, right, is that this bike, what's that doing there? You're going camping up on Ben Nevis and you've ridden your scooter. Who's doing that?
Camping next.
And is he flying the drone, and is that him? Has somebody else flown the drone in and out, or is he doing it? I'm confused, but yeah, it's a drone shot. I could go and do this with my drone and go for some camping, but I'd be scared Peter Folding would murder me. I don't think there'd be much content there for us to explore if I went camping and I showed you a drone shot of me camping. It would just be a holiday for me. That's not him shooting it because it came to a stop at the end. Although we didn't stay there for long. It could be him shooting it.
Camping next to...
Like, is he controlling a drone there? Maybe there's a button for it. It must be there's a button for it, because there is a button for it on my drone. I think he's got a drone, his little scooter and his tent, and he's come up here and you get... Why hasn't he done extensive drone shots though? I think there's a button for it and it sends it away, and he's done that, maybe.
Ben Nevis.
Yeah, because he's coming back round to look at it and stand there with his... I think he is holding the thing. I think he's pressed the button to send it away, and then he's... Like, he doesn't want to stand there and look at it because it might get him in the eye. Yeah, 100%, yeah. So this isn't a move that he's flying. The button tells the thing to fly away up into the sky and then do that, I think. Now he's controlling the gimbal to move the camera. I think. It might be he moved it, but like he looked like he wasn't paying enough attention to move it, but yeah. That's a drone shot. So what's weird about that though, yeah, is that it's not followed up by any other drone shots. Like, where's the drone shots? Is that not a thing that you want to do anymore? Like, just one of them once. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Or maybe it's something he had from the past that he uploaded, because it's in landscape. You know, mind you, the drone shoots in landscape, doesn't it? And he hasn't got the nous to put it into portrait mode. like to literally either turn the camera around on the drone, which I don't know if you can do it, but or to edit it in an editing so it is in full screen. There's loads of different ways you can choose to do it. You don't even have to have the black bars on the top and bottom, but it's so common now to see really shabby social media with black bars on the top and bottom or the sides, isn't it? But we're having to watch it here. Now this is the next video.
Double front.
Hard work, not another day's of work. Hard work, that's what they say.
Double front.
Hard work, not another day's of work. Hard work, that's what they say.
Nice North Wales. Nice special place.
I hear the sounds of season.
Like, what makes this content live or die on social media is the quality of the filming. It's the quality of the place that you're at, it's the quality of the light, the time you go, and it's the quality of the filming. So really, what makes this sing on social media, if you're just going to create visuals of places, you know, it's those three elements. You go at the right time of day, when the right... You might go back 3 or 4 times, 5 or 6 times, 7 or 8 times, until you get the real perfect sunrise or sunset. You want to be in golden hour, and then you want to follow it through to sunrise or sunset. And then the quality of your camera work is important. Probably keeping it still a lot. And a really good... You can do it on phones. You've got a lot of skills and abilities on the phones. You know, you've got a lot of options on the phones. Because these days, they're like really high quality cameras, aren't they? But, you know, anything from a phone to a proper camera. And then you take a good quality, you put it up as your thing. Like, if that's all you're doing, you know, maybe the day out is the thing that he's really doing, and this is just a record of it, a quick TikTok. But if you're a media producer, then you think about the media. So I get the feeling these are just TikToks because he's just, like, it's this weird world, isn't it, of social media, where you don't have to be a media producer. You really don't. You can just be taking photos of your holidays, and like, it doesn't matter if you get views or not. Do you know what I mean? It just really doesn't. But because of we've seen him present his, like, half of me thinks that this isn't even someone trying to get views. That he just doesn't care and he's just doing what he likes, and that's nice. You know, that's just nice. Oh, there is more drones here, look. That is bizarre to me. Maybe it runs out of batteries and he's got nowhere to charge it, but it's bizarre to me that he's got the drone. It's an interesting feature of his work. The photography that he can get from it can supplement and support his work, and he just does quite bad little drone videos, and then that's it. It's out in the bin now. It's more of a toy. Again, it's like he's playing with a little toy. He's not really concerned with what the audience is going to see and experience here. I've got a drone. I've flown it over Port Merion. This is what it looks like. I've not made it into a reel or a vlog or anything. This is it.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
I'm all the way up, as in up in the air. So let's bin that music off. Thank you. It's like a sequence of bad general views. Like, it's not very fun to watch, is it? How antisocial people set up a tent, North Wales. Claiming the status of the antisocial now, yeah? But yeah, you've set your tent up in the furthest corner. And he was like that with the search, wasn't he? There's too many people here. I might do the same, you know, further away from people, my own little spot, I guess. They're all camping on the rugby club. This is an organised thing. It's an event he's at or something. Or maybe maybe it's the Snowdon trip. We all camp at the rugby club and then we go the next day. But they're on the rugby pitch, so they're all camping at the rugby club. But surely you want some of that social interaction with other people a little bit. But I get it, you know, camping on your own in the corner is fine. But the fact that he's chosen to do that drone shot, I don't know, it's like, he is proud of his antisocial aspects, didn't it? Did you see Riff Raff as a following on the last one you stopped on? No, what? What? They both do that Outward Bound stuff, I guess. Like, where was it? Which one was it? Which one was it? Which one was it? Drone over Port Merion. Not that one. Which way was I scrolling? London Hotel there. I want to have a look at that as well. This, not that. When you say as a following, where would I... In the comments? Had it following on the side of it. I'm sorry, what? I feel like I'm tired and I can't get my brain. Go to the account. What do you mean? When you go to his account, there it is, look on the left. His account. On this page, no, back out to the list of videos. No, that'll be me. I'm following them. I'm following them there. That's me following them. Don't worry. I should have that cut off. Oh no, no, it's fine. I think this is my, burner TikTok account, and I don't have a TikTok account, so I must have seen them on Alan's thing and followed them on Alan's stuff. It's me following them. Don't worry. Don't worry. You tripped me out then. I was like, what? Because they both do the Outward Bound, don't they? No. Or at least she lives in a van. Or doesn't. Just goes around Scotland. She goes around Scotland in a van, doesn't she? She does actually do that. Yeah, so don't trip. God, that scared me. Whoa. Maybe Simcaster can want to tell me all about it. These people, one of these days. Where's the London hotel room then? Here we are, London Hotel. Oh, come on. Now we know why he moans about the hotel in fucking, Now we know why he moans about the hotel in Bulgaria. Look at this. I mean, I'm planning on staying in places like this if I go travelling. Thank you very much. Thank you for the tippies. I'll show off the lovely hotel rooms. I'd love to. But, like, come on. Hammersmith London as well. Like, how much is this costing? Oh, he's in his little shorts! That's more like it. That's what he likes. Nice clean toilet. They've cleaned that. Nice big leather couch. Because it looks bigger than it is because there's mirrors everywhere, but... Do you see him do the hair flick? Do you see him do the hair flick? Look at this! He loved it. Look at the little hair flick. Do you see the little hair flick? Oh, he thinks he's such a saucy. No, can you do slow motion on here? You can't do slow motion on here, can you? He's such a saucy. Doing the hair flick, Justin Bieber tonight. We're all Justin Bieber tonight, baby. It's not, again, nothing wrong with having a nice hotel room. I look forward to staying in one myself. But it's funny juxtaposed against, I'm having such a bad time in Bulgaria, guys. And this isn't a hey guys video, is it? This is a sort of hey guys video. He does think he's alright, doesn't he? And then he went through a lull where he didn't think he was very good and he had to stay in a tent for his own mental health. And now, I think what's happened is he's come up with this sense of self-importance, this sense... I think privilege it can, unfortunately, instill it into you, yeah? And I think it's hard, it's hard. Like, if you were the... Let's say you won the lottery and you're really lucky and you won the lottery and you've got a lovely life and a lovely big house, and not just that, you work really hard, don't you? So let's say you get rewarded for your hard work, and you get a lovely big house and all this stuff, and then your children grow up in... Like, this is the same for my dad and my parents. I grew up in a much nicer... I mean, not that they had a hard world, but my dad's was a bit more harsh than mine. but like I grew up in a much more privileged situation than them. And I've asked my dad about it. You know, I've said, I remember having a conversation with him about this. I deliberately brought it up. I was like, we've been to some pretty rough and tough places over the years. I think it was on the way back from the football we were talking about it. And I was like, do you think you've taken me to deliberately like toughen me up or whatever? And like, you know, we had a conversation about this sort of aspect of going to different places and learning to behave like learning to be a person. And I'm really grateful that my dad showed me the world like this. And I said, would you have preferred it if I'd have been like, you know, a bit more thuggish, had more street fights, you know, stuff like that? And he said, no, not at all. Like, I wanted you to be a well-mannered, good-natured gentleman, and to not be in that thuggy sort of street fighty environment. Like basically, he had to fight himself. You know, and when I say fight, I mean like, you know, different world or whatever. And I don't think he wanted that same thing for me. I think he's pleased that I would resolve differences differently. And like, I'm not in this world. Like I told you, I'm a bit more in the middle. But I'm not some violent street thug, and I'm not like. And nor that he was, like, not that he was, but do you know what I mean? Like, I think he was aspirational for me, and he's pleased that I'd learned to play chess instead of like coming home with a broken nose because I've had a fight with someone or whatever. Like, so like he didn't want me to be, even though he showed me this other side of life and this like rawness to life, and you know, made me very aware of the reality of life and how to handle myself in situations. He didn't want me to just be like, you know, having to struggle and suffer with this sort of stuff. Yeah. So I think it's interesting to think what privileged parents think about their privileged children, if you know what I mean, and how much they like understand this whole concept. It's a weird thing. I don't want to be, again, I feel like I want to come back from giving someone shit for being privileged. I guess as well, we're in the world at the moment where it's in our faces quite raw with the Tories, the election and stuff like that, and like, you know, people's opinions and stuff. Like, I guess I'll tell you something else as well. If you saw some of the things I've done in my life, you would think that I was quite privileged, probably. And if you've seen some of the things I've done in my life, you'd think that I was quite normal, and maybe, you know, as well. So, like, I used to be a hairdresser. I used to run my own salon. I'll tell you what, I used to go out and have some nice dinners with my money from running the salon and be like a bit of a hoity-toity when I wanted to be. So, I've been to champagne happy hour, thank you very much. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not Soho, London, whatever you call it. You know, I'm not in that world. Like, I don't know if he is either. Like, all these travels and all this being out and about, like, isn't the reality of his, like, you know, this is his trip out, isn't it? Maybe he goes on a lot of travels over his life, but, like, you're not seeing, like, much of, like, you know, this is the rest of the world and he happens to be there, but you're not seeing him and him so much, are you? He used to have a video up on the internet called My Studio. I don't know what kind of studio it was, whether it was a fitness studio or a video studio or whatever. But that video's gone now. He's taken that down. It's gone. But I don't know what studio it was. Like, it could have been an art studio or anything. But he used, you know, there's some things I don't know about what he's up to and where he is and what he's doing in terms of his life and lifestyle. But you see this. Maybe that's sensible and prudent as well. Like, I bet some of the people that people like on telly or whatever, they'd like them less if they saw how they were living. In some ways, like, you know, don't meet your heroes. Like, I bet some of the, like, even sports stars and, you know, people who make a lot of money, and like, I bet if you saw how you were living, you'd be like, fucking hell, like, fair play to you, but like, you know, you obviously don't need me to buy your album because, like, you've obviously got enough money. Like, you know, the sympathetic edge that people have toward people seems to wane if they see them with large, like, lots of affluent being you know, I mean, affluence seems to erode sympathy. I didn't realise this as well. When I saw these pictures of Down from the Rapids clothing, I thought these pictures were like, you put your picture on the hat with artificial intelligence from the website, but has he got paid people to do this?
What if I win? What if I lose? What if my heart's a bulletproof?
Like, what is this? Is that like an advert you get, like, we'll print your t-shirts and we'll send you a video with this picture of your t-shirts on this man? Or has he made this, like, this looks like an advertising agency, or at least a young, hopeful film producer who says, I can do you an advert, but they charge for it. Or maybe they didn't, because, you know, or was this his work? Or is this his parents' friend who can shoot them a little advert, you know, or something? Like, what's going on here? Because it looks quite professional, this does, all of a sudden. So I don't think it's his work. But it's to sell his t-shirt, and his t-shirt is just that logo, and the logo's shit. So like everyone in the world these days, you put your initials on a logo, and that's your logo. But that's not a brand, is it? But they put it up all together. Like, why would I want to buy that t-shirt? I don't give a shit about it. It doesn't say anything clever or interesting, and I don't care about the person behind it. Like, it's just a word. There's no art on the t-shirt. He hasn't, again, this is quite a lot like him. He hasn't got the substance behind it. Like, he hasn't even got someone to draw a cool picture or anything. Like, this picture's cool, right? Like, I don't want to buy just a word on a t-shirt to help you because you're the brand down the rapids. Like, even the brand itself is a stupid choice of brand because it's a cliche, and you can't copyright that. You can't trademark it because it's a cliche. Like, it's so many bad decisions, but so much money behind this. Just whoever's done this. Like, maybe they are just a filmmaker, hopeful, like, you know, with a Canon 3DS, and, you know, they put that together. It's only a little reel, fair enough, but, like, do you know what I mean? It looks really professional, and that's fake because he's not anywhere near like this and this sort of professional. Maybe it is just literally you pay the website, like, because that's weird at the end there. What's that at the end? Why did that happen? But maybe it is just that you pay the website. I'm thinking maybe more now. It's just maybe it's just like the website that you buy it off. It allows you to put your logo on 3 adverts. And like, this could just be stock footage with that logo put on it. Man in white t-shirt, stock footage. Apply that to it. I would hate to think that someone's given this man that t-shirt, told him to sit there, filmed it, and edited it for this purpose, because it's an absolute waste of your time and resources. You get a cool show reel out of it, but come on, what are we selling here? Down the Rapids t-shirts. This is going to be a sad one. I hope I die first. Well, Amy did. Amy Healy, who drowned tragically at the Upper Lake on 18th of July 2005. Forever in our hearts, sadly missed by your family and friends. Never forgotten, he says at the top right there. Never forgotten. I wonder if he knows her. With him, I have to wonder, because like, I would assume that he did, because he's put never forgotten. But the funny choice of music, I hope I die first. And the, like, what he hasn't done here is he hasn't tended to the grave in any way. You can see it's like all leaves, and like what you tend to do when you arrive at the grave of a loved one. Someone's left a photo and stuff, maybe you don't want to mess with it too much, but and I might be wrong, maybe he has cleared this off, but you tend to sort of tend the grave a little bit, don't you? Like, tidy it up, take out the dead stuff, put your flowers down. Maybe he just come across it. That's what I'm worried about, is that he doesn't know who this is at all, and he's just come across it. But I assume if he's in this area, and I don't know where he is again, but maybe this is someone he knows. Like, it's sad, of course.
But if one of us dies, I hope I die first.
And of course we've got the movement, you know, we've got the shot of this to that. And maybe, I don't know which way around you want to do this, because she drowned in the lake, so and then when you get there, just stop. 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 It's a really easy thing to fix. You should have stopped on the lake. Or whatever. You're moving the camera from the thing you're looking at to the other thing you're looking at. You're not constantly moving the camera. You never see that anywhere in media. Please stop doing it. I kind of want to look it up, but I think it's a bit like, it's a bit weird. I kind of want to look it up. Ireland? It's Ireland. I'm glad I looked it up. The distraught family of 12-year-old Amy Healy, who drowned on an outing to Glendoch last Monday afternoon, is still struggling to come to terms. This is 2005. This is the same person. She was a 12-year-old from Ireland, and this is in Ireland, County Wicklow. I mean, it's absolutely tragic, isn't it, to lose a child to a drowning? Like, imagine losing a child. It's absolutely tragic. It's in Ireland. She's Irish. I mean, it really... Do you remember when Luke used to go around, like... You remember Luke goes to, like, some of the... Like, he went to 9/11, like, never forget. Like, he went to Ground Zero in America, never forget. And, like, you know, you go past places and you see things that are sad and you think, oh, I'll put that on social media, never forget, you know. But, like... I'm surprised... if there is a connection. The Healy family from Ireland have had a tragedy there. I mean, maybe they know the Healy family. You know, maybe he knows the Healy family. But my feeling on it is I'm surprised if there is a direct connection. And if there's not, listen to me, if there's not a direct connection, this is fucking Alan Partridge level of cringe, or just some kind of weird sick behaviour to sort of film a grave. And, like, it's not just the filming the grave is one thing, but to make a TikTok reel, basically, to move from the grave to the lake where they died and then forget to stop. Okay, that annoys me. But the worst thing about it for me is the tagging it never forgotten. I'll move it there so you can see it better. Never forgotten. Like you even knew who it was. Like, if he doesn't know who this person is, he's made it seem like he does. Like, he never forgets her, because it's tragedy that this happened, and it might be a family, it could be a family friend, it can't be a family member, because it's not the same surname. You know, it's a family that live in Ireland, and he doesn't live in Ireland, and he's not got an Irish accent, and the backstory is, I mean, he might be in Ireland here, I don't know where he is, because... Like, this might be an old video of his. I don't know how because he's not mentioned he's travelling to Ireland either, as part of the TikToks. But then I've not kept in. I wasn't doing every single TikTok 1111. So it's just thrown me a bit as well for curveball. We'd have to find out. But I don't know what to assume about it with this guy, do I? You would assume he knows who it is and it's a family friend. And if it's not, it's a fucking weird thing to do this. I hope I die first because I don't want to live without you is quite a bad choice. But then again, I put it down to him being thick. R.I.P. Amy, he's put the thumbnail on that one. R.I.P. Amy. Rip Amy. R.I.P. Joe Rogan. R.I.P. R.I.P. This Dead Live. R.I.P. ABC. R.I.P. R.I.P. Jay Slater and the Cactus. R.I.P. Like, it doesn't... It seems to come out of nowhere, and it's just weird, isn't it? So, legit red sheep, no filter needed.
So I have legit just found an orange sheep. Absolute.
I think that looks like, to me, it's been through a sheep dip. Am I wrong? Has it been potentially through a sheep dip? Because it's like, if you put in, what tends to happen with sheep, there's two reasons they mark them. One is for breeding, and they might put a chalk on the sheep, so when it jumps on the other sheep, it makes blue marks on them, and then you know which sheep has been bred. Another thing you might do is you might dip the sheep, and it might be that if a sheep has got a particular illness or something and you want to pick out that particular sheep that's had the sheep dip, you might dye the dip, or the dip might dye it, so that you can easily, like, I'm looking for one sheep amongst the fucking load of them, that's that sheep that I need to grab and dip. Or it might be some other thing. I don't know why you would see a red sheep like this, really, other than that, but that's my assumption. I mean, it could be a mistake. Like, maybe the chalk got all over it, because it could be the one that's doing the shagging, and it could have the chalk around its neck, and like the chalk's just got everywhere because it's doing a lot of shagging. That could happen, because I do know about the chalk, but I don't know what's going on with the red sheep, really. Then nor does he. It's been painted red in some way, in some fashion. You know, maybe someone's having a laugh. I doubt it. I think there's a purpose.
So I have legit just found an orange sheep.
But there's a sheep that's got orange on it. Double rainbow. All the music has to go because it's YouTube. Double rainbow. I thought a rainbow was supposed to go around the outside of the world. Anyway, double rainbow. He loves that. There we are.
Place. Pretty deep cavern.
Pretty deep cavern. It's got electrical lighting.
Pretty crazy place.
Crazy. It doesn't tell me where.
Pretty deep cavern.
He looks like around, like he's scared.
Pretty crazy place.
I wonder if there's a sense of being embarrassed about filming in public at this moment because his early career in his TikTok. I wonder if he's a bit like shy about being like, you know, maybe someone came and he thought, oh, stop, you know, they're going to be talking.
Pretty deep cavern.
Pretty deep cavern, and that's all it is. This 7-second TikTok. At least he knows to do them short.
Pretty crazy.
I'm going to watch
place.
this fight several times, to be fair.
Pretty deep cavern. Pretty crazy place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty deep cavern.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy place. Pretty deep cavern. Pretty crazy place.
Yeah, Paul.
Pretty deep cavern.
Paul. Yeah.
Pretty crazy place.
What's the orange sheep about? He didn't offer any explanation.
So we're in Cheddar Gorge and we're going to do this big hike. All the
See
way
the spin around, the spin around. You choose the best lighting for your face, so the sun is on your face, best lighting. Maybe if it's in your eyes and you're squinting, that's an issue. You turn to the side, and then you film yourself. Why do we like every time it happens? You know that it's like a. I've told you it's like a bugbear. I have to keep saying it, but I feel like I should stop saying it because I annoy myself now.
So we're in Cheddar Gorge and we're going to do this big hike all the way to the top of there.
Top of where?
Sorry. So
Who's
we're in
we? I mean, I'm assuming this is supplemented with live streams that I'm just not seeing because they disappear on TikTok. That looks lovely. Just stand there and let me look at it. I think there's an element of showing off as well. Rather than showing off the landscape at its best, it's like he's saying, look where I am. You know, this is what's good about this. Like, fair enough. This is the mountaineering experience again, remember? I'm telling you, he's a parkour boy. He's done his coccyx there, hasn't he? He's quite tall, isn't he, really, I think? Do you think he's tall? He's quite leggy. I bet he's taller than me. I don't know, I can't decide if he's tall or not. He looks quite leggy, though. He's quite athletic as well, isn't he? I wonder who'd be worse in a boxing match. I think he doesn't have the heart for it in the boxing match. But I think he's probably got more athletic ability than Luke. I think Luke has probably got more grit and determination, but and probably more boxing skill these days, actually, because he does training, doesn't he? I would think. Probably Luke's worse in a fight, isn't he? Like for me, I'd probably have a harder time fighting Luke than him, but I think Luke's probably shorter, and like I think I'd be able to break both of their spirit. Like I think you break his spirit the first time you lay a punch on him. I think Luke's probably been in a fight before, at least. Not that I'm advocating for violence, I'm thinking of YouTube boxing. Isn't there a sense of the Rodney Trotters about this one? But fair play for doing the flips, I can't do that. Like... Oh my god. Did I see this in my eye line? Is that why I'm saying it? Did I see it out the corner of my eye? What's this? Now, there's doing parkour, and then there's going to parkour classes in the parkour gym, isn't there? There's a difference between going out with your mates and jumping over some buildings and up on the roofs and being a bit naughty and a bit daring and being part of the parkour gym scene. There's a difference. This is probably more safe. He's gone skinny quick, hasn't he? I think he's always been a bit skinny, hasn't he? I think that's his sort of body type. I'll tell you what it is. I think he's been finicky over food over the years. I don't think he eats a varied diet. I'd say varied. I don't think he eats a varied diet. Look at that, parkour. That's a fail, apparently. Look. Whoa. And if you're doing parkour things, he slipped. What it was is he slipped. He lost his footing. He slipped. And that's how easy it is to kill yourself on a parkour. And if you're a bit of a liability, you might be really confident, you might be really cocky, but you will kill yourself. Like, you're just doing it enough until you kill yourself. In the gym, it's fine. Look. There you go. That's a parkour hop.
Block. Told you it's a lot better, that first block.
Classic.
Told you it's a lot better, that first block.
This is alright to do this as a hobby. I've got nothing against being in the gym and doing gymnastics and stuff. I'm not going to rip it. Obviously parkour. He's a parkour boy. You could almost imagine this could get him on the One Show as well. Like, you know, our new presenter on the One Show from Springwatch has got a little something in his locker. James, tell us about how you found out Paul used to do parkour. Oh, you didn't, did you? Oh, you've not got my old parkour video, have you? This is our Paul doing it. Look at that. Can you still do that? Well, I should think I could try. We've got one set up in the studio. We've got one set up. Paul's going to show us his skill. Go on then, Paul. Hey! Okay, next on the One Show, Bill Oddie's been sucking off a tramp. Like, you know, it's just... it's so sort of like that in a way, isn't it? Like... Parkour. Face planted.
Front to face.
Parkour. Brilliant.
What a year this has been, and I just want to say I'm grateful.
It feels like he's taken a year out after university, but obviously it's not that. But this is all fine as well. Like, I'm not offended by him doing this and being this. I'm offended by his presentation in the media, like he's a mountaineering expert, and whatever comes next, like, and his seeming lack of humility. That's what offends me. It's not awful. I mean, I'm surprised a person like this should grift as well. He's at the gym. And this is his... I mean, I have to keep muting the music because it's... You know what the music is. And it's copyright, but... If I walked in on this guy doing this... And I mean, I wouldn't know what the song was. But you know what I mean? I don't know how to react anymore. I'm baffled. I'm getting myself baffled. Does that mean my brain's telling me it's about 3 hours? It's 3 hours, 17 minutes. There we go. I want to do his YouTubes on Friday. That's what I'm going to do on Friday. I'm going to go through his YouTube. Just for the fun on Not to Watch. That's my Not to Watch. It'll probably take a longer time than I imagined, but there's not enough time in the world to go through all this properly, is there? But I hope not, you know, shouts out Blank Faces. I'm glad they're also covering this and have their eyes open to this. The world we live in today. I wonder if Isla Tracure has watched this.
I've decided to head over to Ireland, so I'm currently on my way, basically from London to Liverpool. From Liverpool, I'm going to catch an 8-hour ferry. I mean, I've got about a 2-hour drive, and
He's planned this one.
Actually going to go all the way around Ireland. I've seen some really beautiful places that I want to check out, some really big mountains, some really cool waterfalls, just some really scenic places, some absolute beauty spots. So come follow me because it's going to be absolutely awesome.
Listen, right, the means of production, Marxist idea, and those that own the means of production are able to have their own agency, you know, and be people. The other people have to work for them. The means of production in media, it's a bit different. Like, you used to have to watch the telly because the people with the cameras, the people with the money to put on a set of people to do the microphone and all that, they were making the telly, and you can't just make the telly. You can't afford cameras and microphones, and even if you could, where's it going to go? Now we've got social media, everyone's got the camera in their hand. So the means of production has been completely put in the hands of the proletariat, everyone, the people. The proletariat, Marxist idea about bourgeoisie and proletariat. This is a bourgeoisie person behaving like a proletariat with the means of production in their hand. The point I'm really trying to make is that everyone's got the ability to produce now. Everyone's got a phone, yeah? What we don't have is the ability to just travel the world on a whim because we've got the money. And he might have stayed in a £10 or £40 room or whatever. Most of us have got other concerns when it comes to just being that free to just live a touristy, travelly lifestyle. And he might have worked for it. He might have put the money in the bank himself. I'm not critiquing that. And what I'm saying is that having the means of production, having the ability to do things, gives you the ability to do it, right? Darkside Phil's another great example. I use him sometimes. He's a video game streamer on the internet, a video game content creator. He was on YouTube really early doors, and he gained success because there weren't many people on YouTube showing video games, and he was on there doing it. But he had to have a computer that can upload to the internet, an internet connection, the new video game system, the new video game, the time to sit at home and play the video game. He got money out of it on the internet, but if he didn't, what would happen? Like, he had to have all this privilege to enable him to produce that media. And there are a lot of people who would have liked to have been a video game streamer on the internet, early adopter, but literally couldn't because the early internet, the early computers, the cost of it all, we don't all grow up with just those things in our hands. We couldn't all just make television, but now you can, right? So, like, it's not the case to say, like, you know, just because he'd go on holiday with his phone that he's got this awesome privilege. But I decided to just go to Ireland. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It is a little bit that you have that fortune, that good fortune, whether it be luck or you've worked for it or whatever, but it's an opportunity that you have that certain other people don't necessarily have. And I wonder about people's perception of him when they see what he's really been up to. Whether they're going to think so keenly of throwing the money at him, unless it's like, you know, people who, I don't know, like Pims and Wimbledon and just throw money at him. Like, you know, maybe there's sort of a bunch of people who think he's great, but I really feel the people he's going to be marketing himself to are not really the one show crowd, not with the Jay Slater case. I think he's being put under the scrutiny of a different audience who are not going to take to this as well.
Like always, there's problems with the bike, and if you watch my videos quite often, then you know the bike always has problems.
Well, you might have deleted some then, because I've been watching a load of them here and you haven't mentioned the bike once.
Such as flat tyres, a broken fan belt in the Peak District.
And again, so he's got this free spirit nature because he's got himself a scooter. Like most of us would go in a car, but he's got a scooter, a tent, and that sounds like really rough and ready, but it's actually quite a nice scooter, and it's a very posh tent, and he's got all the, like, he's not, you know, he's been up Halfords and got the nice gear, yeah, like, he's not roughing it in the same way as, like, certain people might. Like, it does still have a sense of whiff of luxury about it, doesn't it? I don't know.
I've just been towed back from Scotland.
You've seen the second man's identity has been released from the Airbnb. I'll look at it outside of this stream, like, yeah.
Where they did try to fly me back because the key got stuck in the ignition. And right now the battery keeps dying, so I've had so many problems.
That's you all over, isn't it? Everything's a nightmare.
Been trying to fix them out. I haven't been able to fix them in like 1 day, so yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen on this adventure.
Well, then again, I thought he was prepared for this one because he seemed to have planned his route, but this is adventuring 101. If you're planning to do a 2-hour drive into the more remote areas of Ireland and your scooter doesn't work already, then you need to remedy that, not just fix it up and hope it works, but you're setting yourself up for a problem when your vehicle breaks down out in the middle of nowhere.
But this is going to be such a cool one. It's going to be so fun.
Where even is he at the moment?
I'm so excited to go Ireland. It's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Don't tell me that's one I wonder whether he's outside one really big house.
going to be so special.
You know all the windows behind
Hello
him, look.
everyone.
Look,
I
see,
have
it
decided
starts from there and it goes all the way along, yeah? And I was thinking this is like a row of houses that he's outside in a street. But it could be one really big house, couldn't it?
to head over to Ireland, so I'm currently on my way.
There's one house there and then you turn and there's another house there. So this might be the main house and that might be the pool house or whatever. It seems like a really big house though. Look.
Basically from London to
See what I mean? It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 rows of windows all the way along, like
Liverpool.
And there's no other houses around. We've got a massive drive. I wonder if this is his own house, like
Liverpool.
Well, I
I'm
say
gonna
that, you know, his parents' house. You know what I mean? Like
catch an 8-hour ferry. I mean, I've got about a
and he's outside in the morning doing this video about to leave, like
2-hour drive, and
there's like 2 or 3 properties
literally
here.
gonna go
Oh, there's
all
another
the-
one there. No, it's individual houses, isn't it? They're not like it's not an estate. Like
the way around Ireland.
I don't know.
I've seen some really beautiful places that I want to check out.
Just makes you wonder,
some really
doesn't
big
it?
mountains, some really
Makes you wonder. No, they're separate houses. They're separate properties. Yeah, I've got no idea. Can't he get his stuff sent to Tenerife? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't need their money. Not looking at this. That seems surprising, and it seemed really bizarre that if he's got all this kit, why didn't he take it with him? Like, why just go out there with your t-shirt? We're not going to go around the island adventure now. we're going to look at that another time, I guess. But fair, I do think, you know, fair enough for this. If you want to go camping and you want to go filming it and putting it on TikTok, then there's nothing wrong with that at all. What's going on with his face here?
So I've just got into the Lynn Ogwyn area, and it's absolutely stunning.
Is that dirt on his face? Why does he look so like? Why does he look so dark in the eyes?
Snow on the mountains.
I think this will be the soot from the exhaust. Or, I don't know what it is. Like he's probably got his helmet on while he's driving, yeah, and his face has got dirty.
And the clouds are really, really low, which means when we go up, there's going to be some really nice cloud inversions. Behind me, you can see my favourite mountain. That's Travan over there. And a lot of us who are climbing Mount Everest, we actually train on this mountain because it replicates very similar conditions.
Are you climbing Mount Everest? That's the first I've heard of it.
I climbed that last year probably about 10 times.
You've climbed that 10 times. Again, mountaineering experience, the same as Everest now.
And I even made my own routes up, which was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to do that.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. I can't wait to get up there in the snow. And yeah, it's going to be an absolutely awesome adventure. I'm going to keep going down more into the valley, probably for about another 20 minutes. And then I'm going to park the bike up. And yeah, we're going to go from there. But yeah, stunning, guys. Check it out.
Like, just as a principle, I've got nothing against this. As I've said it many times, haven't I? Repeating myself. But I still think he's a lolcow. I think he's a gooner. I can't believe the way that people on social media have... I'm just expecting a huge backlash for him. I'm expecting there to be more of a backlash in terms of people's opinions of him. The fact that he's been taking the money from the GoFundMe. The fact that he's been having... Like, he hasn't outright said, give me money so I can come and do this. But the fact that he's been having that public support and behind the scenes, I think he could have funded his trip a different way. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong there. Like, I just think it seems a bit rich, him taking that money off the GoFundMe and the family. Seems quite well off to me. You know, everyone's got to pay their way though. You know, maybe his mummy and daddy don't want to pay for his stay in Tenerife. He didn't take his tent. You need to know if he went up there. Which order do these go in? That's Snowdonia. That looks like a quarry.
Guys, if you don't like heights, this is probably a good time to switch off. This is blooming crazy.
You're on a ladder.
I'm literally going down this massive ladder.
It's a ladder.
And I'm going to have to climb.
When it's wet.
To another ladder. But this could be my very last ever video. This is so sketchy.
Well, as far as if you let go, then you're going to die. But, like, I'd hold on if I were you. It's a ladder. Most ladders that I've been on, if you get to the top and let go, you're in the shit.
Look at that. What a drop. What a bloody drop.
Guys, if you don't like heights, this is probably a good time to switch off.
He's got a has he got a rope on there or not?
This is blooming crazy.
Like, there's roping on the ladder.
This massive ladder, and I'm gonna have to climb.
And there's a rope there. I mean, that doesn't look like it's his rope, does it? It might just be a bit of rope, but he's up a ladder. I don't know. Like, it is surprising. There's the mountain, like he said, you know, his favourite place, yeah. But then he hasn't done a video close to it. He's done exploring the mines, North Wales, Snowdonia and stuff. Like, there isn't a video here that's just next to it that says, yes, I climbed the mountain. This is me up the mountain. And like, there's some higher up stuff here, finding shelter and stuff. Do not camp here, but I think that's the quarry. Survival high up.
Guys, so I'm literally boiling some snow right now with some ice. I'm then going to use this net here to filter all the dirt and stuff out of the ice, and then that way I can cook some pasta.
That's alright. That's the first time I've seen him do anything like that. I would have thought he'd have been like, oh, I can't eat it, it's got bits in, you know. But he's prepared to do that. But then when you're trusting he's going to do that, and you're not going to see him actually eat the pasta and do the ice, are you? So maybe he just throws that ice away and gets a bottle of water instead, but I don't know.
And afterwards I can have a little wash with it as well, so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Just got to try break it down.
But there's really nothing wrong with doing that. Like, you wouldn't be worried about the cleanliness of that. It's up a mountain.
Probably with that much ice.
But where is the ice from? Because I can't see any snow around. But then again, he's got it from somewhere.
I'll probably get enough water to fill that pan. And yeah, have some nice tasty pasta. Very nice. Guys, so I'm literally...
That's the most normal thing he's done.
Boiling some...
You know, that's the most sort of alright normal thing he's done. He's got all the gear though, again, hasn't he? He's got saucepans and... I mean, I get it. I'm now starting to think this. Like, I was criticising him for not being a wild man before, but you don't have to, do you? You're going up the mountain, you want all the nicest, most expensive pots and pans and good gear you can get because, like... Has he got a portable barbecue there? I don't think so, but like, because, you know, it's not a survival situation, it's an enjoy yourself camping situation. So why not have a nice tent and a nice camping thing and a nice, like, why not have the lap of luxury out on the mountain? And these days you can get really good bits and pieces. So if I was going camping, I'd probably want nice things, I suppose. I don't know, like, it's just not very Bear Grylls, is it? But, you know, it's like he's giving us survival tips so you can eat the snow, but like with the Tefal set there.
Snow right now with some ice. I'm then going to use this net here to filter all the dirt and stuff out of the ice, and then that way I can cook some pasta, and afterwards I can have a little wash with it as well. So,
are you suggesting you're going to wash with the pasta water?
So that's the moon, and that's the sunset. Absolutely stunning, guys.
That you're actually quite high up there.
Crazy.
Oh, it is quite cool. That is, like, these are his best videos so far. Unfortunately, we haven't really seen much of the. I mean, I've skipped a couple of videos. Maybe we don't see the journey up there, and I can't like mountaineering experience. I still don't think it is, because like you can get up with a nice hiking trail and not have to stress, and then you're up there, like. But it kind of is mountaineering experience, isn't it? You can't say it's not.
Time to get in the sleeping bag. I think it's. Yeah.
If all that shale and slate has fallen off that there. It's not going to fall on you, is it? There's no danger of anything falling on you.
Awfully cold. It's like icy wind chill. I'm certain we're going to get more
Maybe
snow.
that's just a broken ledge there and there's not much chance of it hitting you.
We've even got snow here. So, which I'm boiling up. And yeah, making some water. Fun times. So that's the moon.
Fair enough. Finding his best stuff at the end there. Jurassic Park.
Never gonna believe what I've just found. How stunning is this place? Let's not fool. This is like heaven on earth. Pure paradise.
It looks nice. So there is best bits. There is best bits. because he's done that all right. That finally, I don't know why he doesn't continue with that, and like, you know, why nowadays he's gone backwards in terms of his filmmaking. But this one works the best.
Never going to believe
I'll
what
give him a shout out. You know, I'll give him some praise at the end. This one is a story. You're not going to believe what I found, and the payoff is there. And it's a TikTok, so it's quite quick. We're in a tunnel as well, so it's nice to have like, oh, what's this? We're in a tunnel. That works.
Just found.
It could have, you know, done the camera flip on the phone, so you're looking out down the tunnel. But we've spun it round, so we have got a bit of the C6 Steve here, but still, we should be. And okay, I could improve this. Go back in the tunnel, start. You're never going to believe what I found, and then walk us out the tunnel. You know, make that shot where you walk out the tunnel. I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about, but this is close. And then look, standing a bit still, slow move. Still, it's all to cock, isn't it? On reflection, it's all to cock. And then walk back to his face. So it's not the worst, it's not the best, but no.
Stunning is this place.
That's not full. Actually, he's using the camera to look down at his own feet here. So it is bad.
This.
But we get there in the end.
Heaven on earth. Pure power.
There, that shot, we get there.
Nice.
Stop moving.
Wow.
Nearly. Nearly. But like, this is his better. Maybe I'm just becoming desensitized to how bad it is. There's nothing in it really, is there? But
after a long walk, we have finally found the hotel. We are staying in tonight. How cool is this? Very posh. Just waiting for the red carpet to be rolled out. Yeah, right, let's go in. Very, very cool. After a long walk, we have finally found the hotel. We are staying in tonight.
He says it's his birthday, so fair enough. He could stay in a posh hotel, you know. Is that the hotel that had the odd numbers?
So I think I've been scammed a little. I am in
that hotel. He couldn't find the room. I don't want to ever stop watching them. I really enjoy them.
What's up, you beautiful people? I am so excited right now. You all know that I spend all my time out doing survival stuff, doing wild camping, living in the mountains, living in the forest. Now, all this weight in my hiking bag, it's like...
You said wild. That's what gets me. Like, it's very mod con camping, but go ahead.
Carrying an extra person on my back. So I've ordered this. Check it out, it's just come. A lot of you know I've been so excited for this to come. It's a tent hammock, which basically means it's a hammock, but it also can change into a tent so I can lay it on the floor. It's so lightweight, it's so good. I cannot wait to set this up. I'll be going on live.
Honestly, this is better than the normal tents. I need this one now. No, everyone's got tent hammocks now, though. Everyone at school's got tent hammocks.
Testing this out. We're going to be sleeping out in the forest, so make sure you tune in. We have got the night cat. Let's go, let's go, let's go! What's up, you beautiful people? I am so excited right now.
His jacket looks too big for him. Here it is.
Guys, I'm super excited because I've just managed to successfully string up my first hammock. Now, this hammock is so cool. If I don't want it up in the trees, I can actually put it on the ground. And looking in the camera now, I can actually see how well the camouflage actually does work. I've just got in it. It's super comfy. I have managed to hang it up fairly high. I am a little bit worried about a deer running into my ass or something in the night. But we're soon going to find out how well it works. Already, I'm super impressed. It's so much lighter than carrying my tent about and a sleeping mat. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a fun...
He doesn't persist with this though, does he? Because we know that he ends up in a tent in Scotland, just in a tent, so...
One night. I've literally just hung it up between two trees, one here and one on the other side. I have had to adjust it very slightly because it was way too high for me.
He's really excited about his toy here, fair enough. Like, YouTube is like this, you know, you can unbox things and talk about stuff. Like, I don't have any, like, a grievance with this either. I don't have a grievance with this. I don't know how he's managed to squeeze out such a long video about it, because it seems like there's a tent hammock, maybe cut to him in a tent hammock, the next morning waking up in the tent hammock, what it was like.
For me to get in. The only thing I am a little bit concerned about is all my hiking gear. I'm going to leave it underneath the hammock and hopefully it will stay nice and dry. But that's just something for me to bear in mind next time I bring it out.
Yeah, you're going to need a little tent for your own, a hammock for your gear.
I think I am now going to be replacing the tent with the hammock on most adventures. But it's super fun. If we come around here, we can have a really quick look inside it. It is getting dark.
Come on.
I've got 2 bits of elastic here.
I want to see...
Which will hopefully...
I'm hoping that we see him in the tent hammock. I want to see him in the hammock, you know.
Stop it from flipping over. yeah, super cool.
It's
Here
dark,
we go,
man.
guys.
It's just
It's got
dark.
a nice mosquito net as well. And like I said, I can literally put it on the floor and use it as a tent. I don't think the animals around here are that excited at spending the night with them, but yeah, it's absolutely fine. Moon's up there, nice and bright. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is going to be...
He didn't get in the hammock in the end. I'm disappointed. Tent hammock. Them buildings, he says on that one. He means those buildings. Oh, that's the pinned one about the police. That's where we started, isn't it? So I don't want to do that. He goes around Poland, Bulgaria, Portugal. You know, he goes around Europe. Just, was he before Brexit or after? I don't know, but, you know, goes around Europe and then we get to today, don't we? I want to cover it all, but, like, that one says suicide cave. I don't want to look at that. Trifan Base Camp, there's one of them. Trifan Summit, you wanted it. Here it is. That's him at the summit. I mean, I take it for granted that is the summit of it. I mean, I don't know about this particular mountain. That might count as more climbing. Like, it looks like it's more difficult than a hiking trail there. Like, there's actually some climbing to do. But I don't see him with, like, carabiners and kit and stuff. I think it's something you can climb up. Like, you know, just climb up, yeah? It's certainly not the place you want to get stranded without knowing what you're doing. There is a little more... This is more expert than a lay person in terms of mountaineering. But it's not an expert, is it? Right. So what do you think about that now? There's your, you know, you tell me. Is that your mountain climber, officially a mountain expert now? This one's called Climbing Mountains.
We're just having a little break at the moment. We've climbed up pretty high. We've been climbing up Trevan, and yeah, we're quite close to the summit. We just need to climb this ridge behind us, but it's such a good view. You can see the tarns just over the back there. Near Glider Thatch and Glider 4. You guys probably remember me doing a bit of filming there over on Bristly Ridge Scree. You can see the Llyn Ogwyn Valley, Llyn Ogwyn down there.
And
so,
also,
yeah, really good climb.
I would also say that climbing up things doesn't make you an expert on them, in the same way as having a sonar doesn't make you an expert in search and rescue, Peter Folding, you know? Knowing more about things and having an education in them makes you more of an expert. And then the experience gives you experience, doesn't it? And this is a bit of experience, but it doesn't make you an expert. But fair play if he's gone up and climbed that. Yeah, like, I'll give him that. I'm not here to just shit people over just because I want to just shit people over. I'll be fair, and I think this is a fair. This isn't, again, this is an acceptable TikTok. Go up, film your TikTok, do your mountain climbing, stuff like that. The content is there because he is at the top, you know. So there is a bit of content there, but it's peppered with all this boredom and nonsense. It doesn't make him a good TikToker. It means this one thing is reasonable. So
it has rained a little bit. The clouds are...
And he still really doesn't have anything to say, does he? He's still just saying, I'm up the mountain, but...
Coming a little bit lower now. But the weather is starting to clear up a little bit, so we're just going to go finish this bit off, reach summit, go see the Adam and Eve bit, go jump it. This is probably about the 13th time I've climbed this mountain. So
he's climbed the mountain loads of times. Like, it's something he does a lot. I get the impression that he's more of an outdoorsy person than a studious person. You know, he doesn't seem very smart, but you know, you don't have to be in life, do you? You don't complain that David Beckham's not doing well on the. You know, you don't complain about David Beckham not having a degree, and you don't complain that Stephen Hawking's not very good at football, do you? So, it just is what it is. But now it's something else. Because nowadays, and like there's so many of these, you know, to get through, but nowadays it's something else, isn't it? Nowadays he's a mountain expert and he's out there on the search and he's throwing his tantrums, and he, you know, as we saw today, he's having a few days off, but look how many of these there are. I mean, look at it. Nowadays it's problems in Masca.
So I've arrived back in Masca, and it's a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, guys. It's a bit crazy. The police have been called on me.
Do you know what's really funny about this as well? Is I've said that he needs to go on this world tour to go around to see the world, not just to climb the mountains, but it seems like he needed to sort of round himself off as a person. And I think this whole experience will help him. And I think he's only just started on it, really. And I think by the end of it, and dealing with criticism like I'm giving him on the internet, I don't care if he watches this or not, it's up to him. But dealing with criticism and becoming a more rounded person is all part of it. I think, you know, taking on that criticism and understanding where it's coming from. One of the things that you can't discredit people with, like when they come from a privileged background, is going and doing charitable work and, you know, helping people. Like, I don't think that going out to search for Jay is that in that way, but he's had many opportunities so far. Hopefully many more come his way.
By many people, including Pedro. Now, it's been a bit complicated when losing my phone and trying to get a new SIM card. I just haven't had access to any of my numbers, any of my contacts. And yeah, I've been reported as missing by many people, many people.
Oh shit, wait, is Lydia's wheelchair push tomorrow? I'm awful with my days. Is it the 5th? Or is it the 9th? It's the 6th. It's the 6th, isn't it? 6th of July. We've got 2 days to get Lydia's wheelchair push on the out there. I didn't do it tonight, obviously. Like, we did a big stream about it. She's now up to £680. So I think if we do a stream about Lydia's wheelchair push tomorrow, we can get that pushed up and over the line. 6, 7, 8, 9. We need £320. I think we could get there. I mean, it's quite a lot actually, but I'm not asking just you know, the same people who gave last time to give double, and it's not that. It's just that I think if I raise the profile of it one last time and give it a good squeeze and a shout, I don't know how. You see, the thing is, I kind of want to present it to the Super Chuffer audience, but I also think like it's similar. Obviously, there's an overlap in the audiences, but like we're so close there now. I think she should just be happy with that she's getting really close, and I'll put in a chunk to make sure it goes higher. Yeah, we need to do a stream tomorrow though to push that one more time, don't we? Regardless, so I don't know where I'm going to present it and what it's going to be about, because usually I don't just want to say here's the stream, it's Lydia's wheelchair push, let's talk about that for 2 hours. But the right subject to bounce in and out of, and to give this a big push, we need to make sure we do that. Yeah. Anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Lydia Livingstone lives with MS, and she is neurodivergent, and she's doing a wheelchair push to fundraise for Bournemouth Food Bank. And unlike Jay Slater's crowdfund or whatever, and you know, whatever, this one actually goes to the Bournemouth Food Bank just straight out, and she's looking for 1,000 to. She's trying to raise 1,000, and she's at 680. So that's what that is. Lydia's wheelchair push. I see Snips has paid in 12 days ago as well. And maybe that was when we did the event. Like, I need to do another. I said I'd do 2 streams to try and push it, and I'll do one on Super Chuffer. So I don't know what we're doing on Super Chuffer tomorrow to push it, but she's doing well. I mean, I'm pleased. I'm sure she's feeling pleased with it. So big ups, Astra. I'm coming to the end of the stream now. Someone always comes in at the end, and you always feel bad for them. But yeah. Lydia's wheelchair push. That's the girl that drowned there. I don't want that on the screen. Funny old night again. I've done 2 streams. This was the light-hearted one. It's 2 in the morning, so it's unlikely that I'm going to come on and play games now on Twitch. But I still have to do my dailies in an hour, otherwise Genshin Impact. So I might just see you tomorrow, you know. I felt compelled to jump on Super Chuffer today and talk about things. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want the Jay Slater case to be pulling my strings. So I might not, at the next big event on the Jay Slater case, you can't guarantee I'm going to be jumping on it. But today's been a bit of a funny old day for it all, hasn't it? How are you feeling? Are you all good? Are you all good in chat? Are you all having a good night? Because I'm going to knock it on the head in a minute. I want my picture of... I don't know if this is the right... I wanted a picture to finish on, but I don't know if I've got the right pictures. There's Eamon Holmes again. Remember to vote tomorrow. I'm not going to keep you late tonight. Get up and vote tomorrow. Just, you've got to take ID with you. Take your ID with you and go and vote and get those damn Tories out, please. please. And even if it just means voting for someone that you might not, this and that, like, I'm not suggesting reform, I'm suggesting whoever's next in the thing, Liberal, Democrat or Labour, just get the Tories out. Alright, you be good, and if you can't be good, you're naughty.